all good.
Well, good to begin then. So let's do a little bit of a catch-up. Last session, which was before Christmas, so it's been a while. It's been about 3 weeks. I believe that you all managed to kill the black dragon inhabiting Stonetooth Mountain at the base of the lake. But before that, you met Namira, a Duergar princess of sorts. She's a chieftain's daughter. And after you mercilessly slaughtered most of her people, she managed to come to a deal with you all and says that if you meet her father, the chieftain, goes by the name of Whitebeard, that he may be able to sort something out for you and perhaps join Doelath's cause to fight Illiana. Her people, being Duergar, are looked down as evil and merciless and slave holders and all that kind of stuff. Yet she has already told you that her people aren't like that, and she broke away from the Duergar ways a long time ago. Except some people in her tribe, led by someone called Alfhilde Grimax, has decided to take it upon herself to fall back to the old ways. And that, she said, this person also attempted to participate in the slaughter that attacked Tumble's poor hometown in the Underdark. But you defeated the dragon, you dug your way into a tunnel that she'd come through, and you were now just heading straight down that tunnel towards her home called White Cave. Let's find something to play, some music or something.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
That's loud. Okay, I'll
It's
press.
also echoing horribly from someone's speakers.
Yeah. Anyone not got
Yep.
headphones in?
No, I haven't. Let me grab them.
Okay.
What a surprise!
It's okay. Is there any other questions? Anyone else wanted to remind anyone of anything?
No.
Nope, I can't remember
I think
anything
we're
else.
up to date, hopefully.
Yeah, it was pretty simple. It was just you guys managed to get to the bottom of. We had Tumble getting kissed by a succubus. That was an event.
Oh god. Yeah, wonderful.
Yep.
Jesus, that was all in the same session, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, like the dragon, the succubus, Namira, the animated table, which didn't actually attack you. It was all in the same session. I do believe you did collect most of the treasure from the dragon horde, but you left the dragon's corpse just kind of
On the scales, yeah.
floating on the far side of the lake. Hey, have you got your headphones in?
I do indeed.
Okey-dokey. Let's see what... Oh, let's play some relaxing music. See what happens. There you go. Okay, so our story begins not with you guys, but it begins to the north by some 100 miles in the capital of Beinstead. Actually, this isn't the best music, actually, for this.
Oh man.
Whoops.
That's alright. But, okay, so it begins in Beinstead, the capital of Beinland. The streets are in chaos. Smoke billows into the actual streets. People are fighting. They look like Nordlings, but most of them are from Beinstead themselves. The fight takes itself to the palace. High-rising walls made out of marble built by dwarves hundreds and hundreds of years ago. And here, the peasants, the city dwellers, even the guards begin scaling the walls, begin breaking down the fortress doors. And within hours, the people of Beinstead are dragging their king, King Raymir, out of his palace. King Raymir is a half-orc, wears a rusted crown of copper. He's old and senile, yet they don't care. They drag him down to the pyre. A man, dressed in black scale mail and white hair, looks up at him and throws him upon the pyre. He screams, he dies, and as he turns to the rest of the peasants holding his hands out, he says, "I have come here to liberate you from your oppressor. Illiana has sent me here," and he holds his hands to his chest, "to free you of a king that doesn't care about you, of a conqueror that took this kingdom from you and pushed you down a long time ago. We will scour the land of the barons that have taken everything from you, We will give everything back to the people. And around him, hundreds of peasants wielding rusted swords, big shields. Some of Illiana's own warriors begin to cheer. And as he nods, you see the guards around then begin setting fire to the palace itself. Actually, you don't see anything. Why am I saying that? But okay, so the rest of you are heading down at this moment, heading deeper and deeper down into the Underdark. Further and further and further down, where Namira is leading the way. I believe you've all got dark vision, so none of you actually need torches. But she does lead you through some like spider web kind of corridors and cavern tunnels. She says, "Follow me. This is the best way to avoid some of the creatures down here." And eventually, she leads you to an arcing bridge, not built but carved into the very rock, and it kind of like arcs itself over a deep ravine. And somewhere deep below you all, you can hear running water. And she says, "You don't want to fall off here, friends." Many people have, and this is where we defend White Cave. I mean, you guys realise it's kind of like that bridge in Lord of the Rings. It's long, but really thin, and it's got no banisters. It's probably only about 8 foot wide. And as you all make your way across into the darkness, just at the end, she shouts out in Dwarvish. It echoes further into the darkness, and those of you with dark vision, like Tumble, that goes like extremely far, can see the outline of kind of carved walls. Like nothing seems to be built that you see. It seems to be just kind of hammered into the very rock itself. And then you see men, well, Duergar, Tumble, in your 120 foot dark vision, clambering the wall and then peering. You see one of them has like a scope and looks down, and she begins waving, and then she shouts again in Dwarvish. Murn, you understand it is...
Same.
Yeah, you both Tumble and Murn understand. Don't shoot, do not attack. A friend is approaching. And as they approach, ropes and rope ladders get thrown down from this like 30-foot wall. And she goes, "Come, friends, I'll introduce you to my father straight away." And you see that Otti, of course, looks slightly out of place, looks slightly tense as you guys begin to climb. She tugs on your trouser, Doelath, and says, "Are we totally sure about this?"
Well, we can never be 100% sure, but it seems the best option, and if we can get these people as allies, they will be invaluable in their knowledge of the Underdark when it comes to fighting Illiana.
Okay, well, I'll put my trust in you. And even with your dark vision, Doelath, you can slightly see the crow's feet that have appeared on the side of her eyes from that ghost scream that's aged her prematurely. She's got slight crow's feet appearing. Okay, so as you reach the top of this wall, it turns to a slope. Like, you imagined it to be just a single block, but it's not. It's quite deceptive. It slopes down, and you can all see, lit up slightly by blue phosphorus kind of algae and mushrooms all across the ceiling, a small camp. The camp buildings are made out of a base of dry stone with what can only picture as like Native American kind of teepee tops, and smoke kind of billows gently out of each of them. There's probably about 24 of these, and at the back, crudely designed, nothing like Murn expects of dwarfish architecture, is like a giant cube. That's the only way I can put it. Their fortress just looks like a huge grey cube with the odd bit of spike or stalagmite here and there, and you can see it's got balconies, it's got like ladders hanging from certain parts. It's very tall, probably about 120 foot tall, and slopes slightly into the cavern wall. A bunch of Duergar just below you are going about their business. They have spears and they're walking back and forward patrolling. The one in front of you says to Namira, "You're back. Where is everyone else?" And she turns to the rest of you, says, They've perished, died. She kindly leaves out the fact that
Gruesomely.
you did most of it. And yeah,
Terrible fate.
Oh, one of them sees Tumble, one of the guards, looks down and leans into the mirror and goes to whisper something. If you want to listen in, of course, you can roll perception.
Sure.
Nah. Murn's just confused about what they've done with this beautiful stone, and they've made it so ugly.
Yeah. Okay. No one else?
Well, I could potentially hear it, but I wouldn't have a fucking clue what they said, so
Oh, you don't know Dwarvish.
I decline.
Arlyeiden, do you know Dwarvish?
Do not.
Okay then, so Tumble. You swear you hear them say something about your people. You swear him here say, is it safe to bring that one in, the little one? And the mirror says, shh, I've got this. Just don't take him anywhere near there. And the other one nods. And the mirror says, come, I'll show you to my father. And as you guys, as she walks down, you're all following? I mean, you're free to do whatever you want. Yeah.
I'm quite happy to.
Yes, please lead the way.
Okay, so as you follow her, you see a lot of the Duergar come out of their tents, and they look like a very kind of like down on their luck tribe of Duergar. They seem to. This might not have been their permanent establishment, you gather. That they've retreated further into the Underdark, of course. And you were travelling for about an hour, so you're maybe a couple of miles in, maybe a couple of miles down. But it's beginning to get a bit stifling warm. And as you approach the main kind of what you could call a village centre, you see there's a bunch of like topless and Duergars in rags, just kind of facing a small bonfire, warming their hands and eating what meagre scraps they've managed to gather that day. And she goes, come quick. And Tumble, you look to your left and you see a bunch of metal cages have been stacked up on top of one another. They're remarkably small, these cages. And yeah, you see that they're empty. And near some of them are some bones of animals or some sort of creatures. She goes quick and leads you towards... There's no doors in this place. Leads you just kind of like a hole in that giant cube of a fortress. And once you're in, two more guards join you, and then two more, and then two more until you've got 7 guards following you into the actual fortress itself. And a woman walks straight up to the mirror, a female dwarf, with her hood up. You see she's got like all kind of lines and all kind of scars all over her scragged face. And she just shouts at her in Dwarfish and says, how dare you bring them here? How dare you? Surface dwellers are forbidden. And she says, out of my way, Grimax, or my father will have something to say. The old woman cowers slightly, steps to the side, and you will recognise the name Grimax from the letter. She was the one who'd obviously sent the spies to keep an eye on the mirror. And in front of you, there's another dwarvish archway. This one's been given some semblance of architecture, Murn, with some dwarvish runes, an archway, and someone smeared and grown some algae up it to make sure it's lit. And as you walk into this drafty hall, you see a dwarf, a Duergar, sitting on a chair at the far end with his hands on his forehead. Now I have a handout for you all, so you can see what he looks like. I'm assuming you can all see that?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he stands and goes, my daughter, and kind of like steps down from the throne, or the makeshift throne, and hugs her. Beside him, he has a huge warhammer, bigger than you've ever seen, Murn, and it's got runes all up it, and it's like a slab of granite instead of like your typical fashion warhammer. And he looks across you all, says, why have you brought surface dwellers here? And she explains the situation. I mean, she explains it. And he then steps down and goes, well, if you have helped Namira, then you are friends of mine. Take a seat. And you realise there are just blocks situated around his throne.
I'll take a seat.
Yeah, he doesn't sit on his throne, but...
Bow slightly and sit.
Oh, there's no need for bowing. I am no longer a chief of a great nation. I'm just a chief of this. And he raises his hand. Ah,
Merely a courtesy to an old warrior, that's all.
well, thank you nevertheless. So we have an elf, a half-elf, a dwarf, a gnome, and then he points towards Otti, and a human. Half-elf, sorry. He then notices her ears.
Before I sit down, I go, yeah, it's been a long trip. Is there a lavatory anywhere?
He looks for one of the guards. He nods. He goes, yes, Ingling here will show you to the lavatory. It's just the
All right, cool. Yeah, start with Albie or whatever.
Tantor, come here a second, Tantor. Come here.
What is it?
Careful, I think these people might be elephant merchants.
Or worse.
I paid good money for you, and I don't want to have to buy you back from them. They look a little too easy to me.
Yeah, well, I'll get to the bottom of that, sure. Don't worry. I saw the cages. Anyway, thanks for your concern, Arlyeiden.
Okay, so what's that, man?
Yeah, I'll look at Agni in the meantime and see what's his response to this conversation.
Look at who, sorry? Agni.
At Agni.
Yeah, he's just kind of like... Okay. He doesn't say anything for fear of being rude, but you can tell he's eyeing Arlyeiden up. Something like fearful.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'll just give him like this silent look, which just says, "I know, right?" Just like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Tumble.
Yeah, start the meeting without me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I'll follow this.
You and the guardsman Ingling head out of the fortress, but just as you're leaving, Agni walks up to Otti and says,
Out of the fort.
"No, wait. You're inside the kind of big cubic fort that is his home."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you not have like a lavatory inside the
And
fort?
they're leading you to like a ditch, you know.
Fair enough.
The bridge.
Yeah.
Sure.
Anyway, you all see Agni step towards Otti and says, "Come here, young one. I can tell that you were younger once." And he says, "My gods have blessed me with the sight of curses and the sight of diseases." And he looks at Arlyeiden and says, "You two, and come here." Otti takes a step towards him. "What about you, Arlyeiden?"
I'll take a right step forward.
Okay, he goes, "Well, you have..." He holds you by your temples, Arlyeiden, and looks you in your eyes and goes, I can heal you with the aged curse that you have, friend, but not what's inside your head."
I was gonna say not to bother, but
Yes.
Cursed, to be fair.
Yes, he brings his hand up, and immediately all of the aging that you all suffered dissipates. As you feel like he does have clerical powers, like literally you see him hold up his hand, and his symbol is tattooed on his hand. So instead of actually having one around his neck, he holds up his hand, casts a spell, and then he brings Arlyeiden back down and says, "You have something inside your head, my friend, and it seeps at your memories. I can tell."
We always feared it was more something lacking inside his head.
No.
I'm a little worried. This man is quite mad.
Would you like me to try, Arlyeiden?
if you want to give it a go, you can have this, not just hold out my warhammer.
No, sometimes we require more precision in our prayers. Arlyeiden.
Genuinely quite confused. Are you trying to sell me an elephant, or are you trying to... I don't understand you.
He turns to Doelath, turns to Murn and says, "He is obvious. This affliction is obviously sapping his mental capacity. Would you like me to try? I have permission from his guardians."
Well, as his caretaker, yes, I feel it would be best if you made the attempt.
Okay, so Arlyeiden, you can resist the spell he's about to do with a Constitution saving throw, if you wish, or you can just let it happen.
Oh, Arlene's lost interest now and is pretending to be a piece of broccoli.
Okay,
Explain to me how that goes. How do you pretend to be a piece of broccoli?
Yeah.
It's all taking place inside his mind, but he's got the nutrients and the crunch down. He just needs to get the external bits up.
What the shit? Oh my god.
Okay, well, as he brings his hand out and he begins to cast this spell, Murn, being a cleric yourself, you realise it's some sort of restoration spell. But it's stronger than anything that you're able to cast. And as he casts it on Arlyeiden, a greenish light begins to surround him, and then the light turns black, and then it turns into webs and strands of tentacles, only about an inch or two, all around his body. Arlyeiden, you feel a slight warmth, and you feel like someone inside your head is shouting at you, but you can't quite comprehend what they're saying. And then it fades, and then the rest of you see the kind of blackish aura just dissipate and blow away like a wisp of smoke. He goes, "I'm afraid that Not even my spells are able to get in there and see what's wrong.
Because your spells aren't worth a damn.
He kind of like narrows his eyes and goes, "Now, does he change voice like that constantly?"
Yes,
Not
it's
happened before, yeah.
Okay.
quite often.
Yeah, he seems... Namira says, "Father, we haven't come here to cure the crazy one. We've come here to talk and discuss terms." And he goes, "But my daughter, he's an anomaly. Look at him. Just okay, I won't study him." He takes a
Once
step.
would have rained death down upon you for saying those words in the form of meteorites. And my elephant Tantor would have rained piss down on you.
Do please continue, sir.
Well, actually, I believe it is you who should continue. I mean, Namira, what's going on here? You have brought surface dwellers. They are welcome if they have helped you. What is going on here? That's when Namira explains the situation and says, you know, nothing's going to stop Illiana in the Underdark. You guys should join forces. And then...
Yes,
Yeah.
we are willing to take your people in. We can find them suitable jobs, work. I hear many as soldiers. We will have need of those in the coming months. As long as you... I mean, I'm told you are peaceful peoples, and you've been a good leader to your people,
Not all of us, I'm afraid.
I have been told there are a few bad eggs, but I'm sure we can deal with those.
Okay. Yes, well, we'll have to... As much as my people will listen to their chieftain, we have a spiritual leader too. Alfhildi, and they also listen to her. She will spread her lies because she believes in the old ways.
Who do you feel they'll listen to more?
I'm hoping me. We can put that to test if you wish. I would love, more than anything, to exit this. This is not the city, this is not the town that I grew up in. We lost that to Illiana some years back. Now we are just moving from one place to another, surviving on whatever meager stuff we can find. If we can fight back, I would love to fight back. That means leaving the Underdark, then fine.
That is exactly what we intend to do. We must fight back before they spread too far. I fear they've spread far enough as it is already. So, if you're willing, we will aid you if you aid us.
I will try. I will do my best. And he goes, "Shouldn't your gnome be back by now?" Anyway, Tumble. So, as you are being led out of the fortress towards basically where the cages are, you see that there's a huge trench that's built in like an arc. And it's built...
How deep is it?
Well, where you're about to pierce, it's only about a foot deep, but you see it gradually goes down and down and down towards the ravine where the bridge is, acting as a natural kind of sewer system.
Right.
But to your right, you notice there's another building that you just couldn't quite notice because it's camouflaged into the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And you see there are about 5 or 6 guards there with big old warhammers.
Is there windows?
Yeah, but they're not really open windows, they're just slits, arrow slits.
Slits enough for a small creature to fit through?
Perhaps, but Ingling behind you goes, "Go on then, gnome. Piss."
Alright, I drop down, start pissing.
Yeah.
So the trench, is it steep enough that if you was to start like a fall down it, you wouldn't be able to stop yourself? And
No, it's very, very gradual, I'm afraid.
Okay, gradual, got it.
And it's smeared with, like, you know, feces.
Love it. Alright, I'll take my slash and pay attention to him over my shoulder. Is he like looking in my direction, or is he
Hey, no, well, not really. He seems to be like minding his own business, and then you see a female dwargo walks over to him, begins to talk to him, tugs on his beard, and they begin laughing and joking among themselves. He goes, "Oh, I've got to look after one of those." And he goes, I thought they weren't allowed out." And he goes, "Shh."
I can hear this, right?
Yeah.
Is there a way to maybe duck behind something, or is it too far, or is it like too open?
It is open, but I'll give you a stealth check at disadvantage.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to wait till we head back towards the fortress, because I got a better idea.
Okay.
So I'll finish shaking off, and be like, "Ah, that's so much better."
Okay.
All right, I know the way back anyway, so don't need to escort me or anything.
He goes.
Thanks anyway.
He goes.
Start
Nah,
walking.
no, I've got to.
I already started pacing off,
Yeah.
like quite a few steps in front of him. Like
He begins chasing,
Oh,
of course. Like,
yeah. I'll in this case sprint back.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm gonna be late for the meeting. I'll sprint
Yeah.
and dash. Use my bonus action to dash as well.
Yeah.
And I'll see if I can get to the fortress and try and lose him before he just ducking around the
okay,
corner
fair
or
enough.
anything.
Roll a stealth check.
That's better.
Yeah. Fair idea.
Okay. Stealth. Where is it?
Nice.
21.
One moment,
Yes.
they still get the check. He's gonna look for you, so
Sure. And I'll just quickly duck behind a corner, and even if there's a stack of barrels or anything, I'm small enough to hide anywhere.
yep. He as you run off and you dash. I'm assuming you go into the fort and losing him in one of the
Yes.
corridors. He runs
Yeah,
into
yeah.
the archway that you guys had originally gone through, and he goes, and you just hear his voice and just go, "Oh shit, Alfield, he's gonna have my balls."
Okay, as I hear him go past, I'm gonna quickly exit the fortress
Yeah.
and work my way around the outskirts towards that building I saw
Yeah.
with the
Okay.
guards.
Yep. You make your way that way. And ducking behind low dry stone walls, manage to jump between. You're basically doing a shadow of war, climbing buildings, but a
Yeah.
tiny version of that. And as you leap across some of the TVs, sliding down the canvases, you manage to reach one of the arrow slits. One of the guards has done one of his patrols, and he's round the corner currently. If you want to just kind of try and
Yeah, I will quickly climb up using my second story work.
Yep.
So my climbing speed is like the same. And am I able to squeeze through?
an acrobatics check.
Okay. That's good for me. 17.
17 is good enough. You managed to squeeze through. It is hard going, but as you get to the other side, you fall upon some timber, wood. And as you look around the room, you're on kind of like a scaffolding inside
Right.
that follows the entire the rim of the room. And
Yeah.
inside, you see it goes deeper into like the cave than it looked from the outside. And you see there are cells with iron bars built into the walls. And you see a bunch of your people sitting on straw mats, looking rather sorry for themselves. There's maybe about half a dozen.
Filthy Dwarga. They have my people. I'm going to. Can I, with dark vision, can I see if there's anyone else in here?
Yeah, there seems to be a jailer of sorts. This guy that is feeding them, like he's just throwing a tin bowl down and filling it full of gruel and pushing it through. You see some of them rush towards it like animals to grab hold of it, and he goes, "There you go. Not that you deserve it."
I'm going to try and sneak up on him and deliver an attack if I can.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
This may end bad for the rest of you.
Yeah,
but...
we're off to a flying start.
Yeah.
Yes. Roll stealth again.
Okay, sure. Can you hear that beeping, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my computer, and I have no idea why.
Oh.
It's so annoying. 24.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't see it coming at all. But as you get closer, he continues his tirade of like insults, and he goes, you killed them for no reason. And the one that's feeding off of the gruel looks up and goes, and hisses at him and goes, "No reason, no fucking reason. Your people killed all of mine." And he goes, "Not my people. They weren't our tribe." And he goes, "Yeah, well, you all deserve it, fucking Tuaga. If I could get out of here, I'd stab you with a toothpick. I'd kill you." And the other one's like, "Calm down, calm down." And they start thrashing at the bars, and all of them are getting in a big hissy fit.
As I hear this, and I'm about to literally stab him with my own toothpick,
Yeah.
I remember that everything else that's at stake here, and hearing that he's potentially maybe not the real, what's the word, assailant or villain behind all this. I'll turn the blade upside down and use the hilt instead, and see if I can just deliver a knock him out.
Yeah, go on then. Go ahead.
All right. I'll use the same roll to attack, but the damage won't be the same.
Yep.
23 to hit.
Oh shit, you got some to hit, haven't you?
Yeah, apparently. Apparently my
Yep.
proficiency plus my
You
dex.
can add your sneak attack to that as well.
Alright, so we'll say it's bludgeoning for this
Yeah,
purpose.
definitely.
Okay.
Sneaky.
And the short sword will do
Yep.
10.
Okay, you turn it round, smack on the back of the head, and there's a of lightning slightly around the back of his head, and he falls to the ground and goes, "Oh, he's not gone. He's not
I'll
gone."
quickly use my offhand attack as well. Okay.
You just go in for the second one, yeah.
I'll quickly hit him again whilst he's on the floor, so advantage, and then
You're like, "Dude!" and you hit him again with the, and he goes, rolls round and just goes, "Whatever. All right, stop it." Just cowers.
I can't take my chances. I don't like him again. Until he goes on.
He uses his action to try to dodge. Oh my god!
There we go. That's better.
I'll let you have
alright.
it. Fuck it. Yeah, you
Alright,
just crack him in the nose, and he goes, "Ah."
I turn around and go, they're tough little bastards, aren't they?
Hey! And
Keep it down, keep it down.
yeah, okay. He goes, all right. I'm keeping it down, all right. And he looks at you and
Hey.
goes, "Come on, mate, let's we can have him.
Oh, hey.
We can stab him up. Come on."
Alright, hold on. Let me grab the keys.
Yeah. Oh my god, where did you come from? Who are you? You look a little
I'm
bit
Tumble.
Tumble. Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
the jewel crafter. The gem cutter.
Ah, Tumble. I've heard of you.
Yeah. I think, what is your name? Are you Freck?
Frick. Nah, I'm Speck.
Oh,
You're thinking
sorry.
You're thinking of my brother, mate.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Alright, let me get you out of here. Hold on. There is 5 guards outside. We need to
5?
be careful. Yeah.
Give me a knife and I'll take them all on. I'm Speck.
I know. Hold on. I got allies inside the fort, but
More of us.
no. Another group.
Another
They help
group
me.
of us.
No! Human, elves, no, half elves, elves. that kind of thing.
Humans.
And a dwarf.
Dwarves.
Not humans. I don't think
Elves.
we have any humans. Calm down, Spec.
I can't calm down. I've just had gruel. They lace it with something. It's fucked up.
Wait, what? I look down at the bowl of food or whatever.
You
it
see,
is.
it's got some sort of mushrooms in it.
Oh no.
He goes, "Mate,
Um,
mate, there's a dragon," and points behind you.
is there a dragon?
No.
Oh god. Maybe you escaping on these mushrooms isn't the best. Maybe we wait till you're clearer of head.
What? No, you can't.
You're seeing things. There's no dragon behind me.
Behind him, one of the female gnomes walks up and goes, "Speck, you need to stop. He's trying to help." And Speck goes, "Trying to help? Me? I don't need help. I'm Speck." And he just gets thrashing at the bars trying to get hold of you, Tumble.
I'm trying to think of the layout of outside and if there's a clear
There's like
way.
5 guards just outside
Yeah.
there.
I'm trying to think if there's a way we could all squeeze out the window and get. I don't know. Is there much in between, like the guards and the Underdark? Like,
Yeah.
is there?
Like a whole village. The wall,
Yeah, the whole
the
village.
ravine.
Look, I gotta figure out a way to sneak you guys out of here. You could maybe fit into barrels or something.
That's when one of them steps up, walks towards you. You see he's got a long grey kind of sideburns that come down his pronounced jowls, and he goes, "Tumble. All
Oh.
you need to do is find my spellbook, friend. They have it somewhere. Once I have my spellbook, I can get us out of here."
Okay. Let me just redo my camera.
Okay.
All right. So where is it? Where do they keep your belongings?
Well, if I knew that, it would be a much easier job, wouldn't it? No.
I'll quickly have a look around.
Spec goes,
around.
"Where's my spellbook? I'm a wizard."
Spec, keep it down. All right, I'm gonna investigate the cell, like the actual building inside here, the interior.
Yeah, it's very hollow. This is kind of all that there is.
Oh, really? Okay. Maybe
I'm
they
a
keep it
wizard as
inside
well.
the fort.
I realised that
Maybe-
you lost visibility.
Do you have any spells on you?
No,
Can you-
I'm a wizard. All of my magic comes from my book, from my studies.
Shit. All right. Look, I'm gonna find the darkest cell in the corner.
Yep.
Tie this guy up, put a gag around his mouth, and place like some sort of drape over the cage so he can't look in.
Okay, yeah.
All right, I'll be back. I put the keys in my pocket,
Yep.
And I set off outside the window again, see if the coast is clear.
It is.
Okay, I might quickly dash back towards the fort then, because I have an inkling where they might have it, or who might have it.
Okay, so just as you guys, you hear the Agni go, yeah, where is your gnome friend? You all turn around. Tumble comes in, slightly breathless. And that's when Ingling comes running in behind you and goes, Chieftain, he escaped me! And that's...
Escaped you? What? You just couldn't keep up.
Roll persuasion. I'll say Tumble. Classic rogue.
Or is this deception?
Yeah, I guess it would be deception.
Okay, actually, perception's better for me, but hey, 19. Let's
Critted. Yep. That's when Agni goes, Ingling, these are guests. You treat them with respect. The same respect you would treat me, your chieftain. Now get out of my hall. And Ingling kind of looks at you as if like, what just happened? Why am I being...
Yeah. I have much more of a spring in my step when I haven't got a full load.
Well, that's something I never wanted to hear.
And that's when you join the meeting. Okay, so...
So, how's negotiations?
Well...
Going well, I feel.
Okay, so that's when Agni says, if you would like, I can call the meeting now. Have everyone join us.
Well, we have little time to waste when it comes to the forces we face.
Excellent. He turns to the guard to his right.
Before you do,
Yep.
there's well, you said that there's a chance that they're going to be not listening to you so much, but to to this Grimax figure. So,
A small group.
what are we gonna do with them if that's the case?
Well, then we leave them in the Underdark. I will lead the people that want to live, that want to fight. I will lead them to the surface.
And you reckon they're gonna let you leave peacefully?
Unless they want to die.
Right, well that's what I'm concerned about here.
Well, if they attack me, they wouldn't attack their chieftain, would they? But if they did, I know for a fact that we have the majority here. People have children, have families. We have warriors that are currently placed and stationed some miles off. Most of her warriors are, how do you say it? Rogues. People that hide in the shadows. People that spy. She has no braves. She has no magic casters except for herself. I believe
Right, and,
we are fine with this.
do you then know exactly who that might be? There's no people pretending to be loyal to you that are gonna come with us and
I can't-
report it back to her.
I can't guarantee that.
Well, this might be a problem, won't it?
Do you believe that? Can't we deal with that when we're on the surface? How about we make it impossible for anyone to report back to her?
I feel that could be difficult.
I have an idea. If you would like...
I'm all ears. And that's not an elf joke.
Well played, Rocket. Well played. Oh, that made me laugh. He says, when my people are gathered, you will see. For fear of ruining the surprise, I shan't reveal my method.
Right, and if worse comes to worse, what then?
Then we see how it goes.
In the immediate time, is there anyone you can guarantee is with her where their loyalties lie with?
Yes, she has a
this
few
spiritual leader,
loyal soldiers.
and likewise your own people you can guarantee trust you wholeheartedly.
Definitely. I did send a good portion of them with Namira, but if they've come under attack and have died, then they die bravely.
It would be useful to know this information ahead of time, just in case things do break out, we know who we're looking for.
Yes, of course. So he says he can point you out a few of the ones that might resist. Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so you're gonna wait for. He says I can bring you refreshment in the form of water and some dour ale. But that's all we have, I'm afraid.
That's quite alright.
So as you guys are waiting for the people to gather, Agni cracks out a huge Gandalf-like pipe, begins to fill the room full of kind of an acrid smell and smoke. And the mirror begins to just generally chit-chat with you, Murn, asking you bits and pieces about your life as as you settle down.
Alright.
What's everyone else doing?
I'm keeping my eyes peeled for any dwarves that look like, or any dwarga that look like spellcasters, or any that have spell books by them.
Yeah, no. You can make a perception check as people are going to pile in.
Okay.
Was that everyone or?
Well, Tumble was the only one who knows about the spellbook, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm keeping my eyes out for.
Okay, so you do notice, Tumble, that as everyone begins to pile in, and you notice Grimax, Alfildi Grimax, coming with her 2 loyal warriors. You know,
good looking one.
You notice that she's got a spellbook on a chain wrapped around her and her side. Funny enough, she's got 2. One looks like the typical spellbook a Dwarga would have. The other doesn't look so much like a Dwarga spellbook. More kind of smaller, more compact size. Very obvious.
Just stroking my chin at the moment, thinking.
It's a concise spellbook for the discerning travelling wizard.
What do I do? I dropped something on the floor. That's right. Yes, I accidentally dropped my my manacles on the floor, whatever they were. Something falls out of my pocket, and I go to pick them up underneath the table.
Yep.
As they're piling in, and she goes, I keep an eye on which pair of legs are hers under the table.
Yep.
And when she goes to sit down, I'm going to try and pickpocket them. Pickpocket the book.
Yeah. Okay. While this is all happening, everyone's piling in. Murn, all of you did notice, by the way, that at one point, the chieftain Agni begins casting a ritual. Murn can make a religion roll if he wants to determine the spell. If not, if you're not bothered, don't worry about it.
I'll give it a go, but apparently I'm far too.
The spell seems familiar, but you just can't.
Oh yeah, I'm probably just like whatever.
Yeah. Tumble, you know what I need from you as the speech begins. A stealth check, of course.
Okay.
And then probably a sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Are we? Sorry, I heard table. Are we sitting at a table?
No, you're more kind of. How many 220s do you want today, Chris? What it is the whole room is filled with these blocks, just rocks that are flat at the top. He doesn't actually have seats. They're just kind of like blocks that have been hit to form kind of a sitting surface, so it's not pointing.
Yeah, but we're still in like a kind of seated table scenario. Yeah.
Okay, so you're invisible. Totally invisible.
Okay.
Yeah, you're like running underneath everyone's legs and no one even knows. You're just running around like a rat.
And when I get to the Agni, is it her?
Yeah. No, not Agni, Grimax.
No, not Agni. Agni's
Sorry, not Agni.
Yeah.
Well, wrong guy. Here we go, Alfieldy. And I'll quickly try. Is the book attached by a chain, did you say?
Yep.
It is. Okay. Is it locked or can I loosen the chain how's the actual book attached?
Okay, so it's attached just by like one of those, you know, the things you get in the back of a necklace, the link.
Clasp, a little clasp.
Yeah, just a little clasp.
Okay, I'll slowly and stealthily unclip it.
Go ahead.
And without her noticing. And yeah, just have I got a book myself to replace it with? Let's look.
You all notice that Arlyeiden has been rather quiet. He's in the corner pretending to be a broccoli.
Sorry, Agni, you'll just have to ignore this. He does do it time to time.
That's fine, friend. It's fine. He's afflicted with something more than you realise.
Oh no, we
What?
really
Sorry,
like
I was deep into the heart of broccoli at that point.
Okay, I'm gonna try and just undo the clasp and take the book. See what happens. Stealth, slab handed.
Yep.
That's when it happened.
He ain't gonna notice though. I might have trouble.
Okay,
but I'm
so
still-
as she steps forward and whispers into the ears of the dwarf next to her, she says, "This is pathetic. This is so pathetic of him. He's becoming desperate. He's trusting surface dwellers." And that's when the book flies towards you and smacks you in the face, dealing 1 bludgeoning. And you go, "Ah!"
It flies towards me.
Yeah, and the chain, the book, hits you in the face, knocks your nose, and blood begins to trickle out of it. You take 1 bludgeoning.
Oh my god. Ow.
You can take another try. You haven't been noticed because the stealth check's too good, but
Yeah.
you do fail your sleight of hand check.
Okay, I'll give it another go. Wipe the blood away and try again. Please, don't screw me. Oh my god. It's only one
Wow.
level.
Okay, this is quite neutral, but what you notice is everyone's getting a bit nervous as the chieftain begins to speak up and says, "Friends, family, we've gathered you all here in the hall," and Tumble, that's when someone a heavy door stands straight on your ankle as you're
What the hell?
like trying to hold in the scream. I'm gonna
So
need
what
another
comes-
stealth check. Or is you gonna get noticed?
Okay. Shit.
Yep, fine. Yep. You can have another sleight of hand going until you get.
Am I taking any damage from my ankle?
No, you will do if you fail 1 more sleight of hand check.
Oh shit! All right. Come on.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Can you make an athletics check now?
Shit! Athletics. Fucking hell! This book is so fucking annoying. All right, 11.
Yeah. Well,
This isn't good, is it?
nope. Let me roll for it. I need to find it. Ah, there it is.
This isn't good.
What I find hilarious is if he told us, we easily could have negotiated their release.
Yep. Okay, so Tumble. Immediately, you feel a hand grasp around your mouth. Just, and then to your left, another hand grasps your bicep, another one of your ankles begins lifting you
Okay.
behind. There's a crowd of Dwargar in front of the chieftain. No one sees it, except I will give everyone, except Tumble, of course, a perception check to notice where the fuck Tumble. You need to roll fucking over 19.
I think I think it's going to be difficult for me to see, but for the taller inclined people, it might be a bit easier because I can just see over the top of all the Dwargar, right?
Nope. Apparently not.
Nope. And that's when Tumble. That's when they all yank and push you out of the door, pass you one by one. And Murn, you swear you saw or heard the of Tumble, and Tumble, you feel yourself being pushed against the wall outside of the hall as one Dwargar whispers in your ear and goes, "You're going in the cage, boy." And then as you are bound, manacled, and then they gag you, 2 Dwargar begin dragging you out, and Murn, Doelath, and Arlyeiden wouldn't notice. You'll notice that Alfheldi Grimax had disappeared, which is mighty suspicious. Seeing as, you expected her to be here. But Tumble, you hear her voice going, "Quick! No, take him to the ravine, not to the prison. Let's fucking kill him now." And they all begin dragging you towards the ravine and the bridge.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen Tumble recently? I can't spot him anywhere.
They,
He does have a habit of disappearing. God
Must
knows what
really
he's getting
learn
himself
how-
into now.
Pronounce his name. Tantor! Tantor!
okay, so Arlyeiden, you begin screaming Tantor. Tumble, you can hear it just outside the doorway.
Yeah.
Just cut this meeting short for a moment. My elephant appears to have gone walkabouts. He is not yet fully trained.
Okay, Agni
And I'll
says...
just hold up my hand and be like, I'll go with him, it's alright.
I'll stay here to continue things. Just shout if you need me.
Okay,
Please don't let this hold you up, Agni. Continue.
okay, so who's going to go look for Tumble?
Yeah, me and Arlyeiden, well,
Okay,
this-
so-
the dream team.
Yeah. You
I was going to say. Partnering up on a cutesy little caper, man.
So as you guys exit the fortress or the building or whatever it is, you look into the village centre just as you see at the far top of the wall, you see Alfhilde, but not anyone else, pointing. And she's shouting something, but it's undiscernible from where you are. So she's probably about 300 foot away towards where the slope leads to that drop, which they use as a wall.
Into the ravine.
Yeah, and that's where you're currently. No, well, the ravine is some like 100
distance ahead of the wall.
some distance ahead of the wall. So you're still kind of being dragged across the ground. Are you fighting? You can make another athletics check if you want to try and break through.
When I hear Alfildy tell the Dwargar that they're taking me to the ravine, I stop resisting.
Okay,
I'll be back in a sec while you cover this stuff.
excellent. Okay,
As in his head, he's got a plan.
okay,
Right, now I'm going to start running.
okay. So
When I see this.
yeah, what about you, Arlyeiden? I'm assuming you're running too.
Have we seen them take him off, or
You haven't seen Tumble yet. You've just seen the dark dwarf female shouting orders at someone beyond the wall.
So they.
in that case, instead of running, I'm just going to pull out a small bag of what anyone can only assume is feed and just start shaking it around in the corners. Are you there?
Oh my god! Little peanuts or something. Yeah. That's nice.
Okay.
They take me towards the ravine, right?
Yep.
And then did you say they manacled me?
They did, I'm afraid. Well, when I say manacled, they use rope.
Okay, they roped me. All right. Do they take me to the edge? I'm guessing.
Well, Murn is running, yeah. So just as Murn would basically just be before the wall as they got you to the ravine.
Okay.
Yep. And your plan?
Well, I'm just gonna let them. Well, if they're just gonna throw me down, aren't they, and into it?
Yeah.
But
Well,
before they can push me in, I'm just gonna jump into it, willingly.
okay.
If anything.
Okay, so yeah, as they put you down near the ravine, they don't expect you to leap in. So they put you down, and one of them wipes the sweat from his brow and goes, "Bloody hell! This one is strong compared to the others." And they just look to the left and they go, "Where'd he go?" What? It's that classic moment, and that's when you've dived into the darkness. I'm assuming.
They expect me to try and escape in that direction, but instead I've actually willingly accepted my fate and jumped towards the ravine.
Yeah.
So is it murky kind of waters? And
are you going to try and land in the water, or have you got something planned?
Yes, I want to land in the water
Okay,
as best I can.
It's going to be you need an athletics check for this one.
Yeah. Maybe I'm jumping.
Yeah, it's a dive into water, I'm afraid.
God.
Yep.
It's not acrobatics, it's athletics and shit. I'm fucked. 14 maybe?
14's okay. You're going to take some damage.
Okay.
This is halved, by the way. Ooh. So you take a total of 4 damage. 4 bludgeoning damage as you smack this water. It's not, by the way, it's not really kind of heavy. But as you float slightly, you notice that, of course, the trench flows into this water. So you could you could literally just kind of swim up, climb up onto the trench, and then use that slope to get back in.
I'm going to actually stay
Through
on
the
the
sewer.
Yep.
Can I try and get out of these ropes first?
Yeah, sleight of hand check, DC 15.
Okay, I'm out.
Yeah, you kind of shuffle them free.
And then going to down my potion of water breathing.
Okay, just at that moment, Murn, you've reached Alfhildy. She turns, she swings to meet you. And you
I wanted to do something before I got there.
Okay, yeah, what was that?
We cast hold person on her.
Okay, nice. I do actually have her character sheet here. I will find it. Monster manual. Okay, so it's a wisdom saving throw, yeah?
It is.
Oh, well, fuck that. Just a straight D20. Nope.
Alright, good.
God damn it, I didn't.
At this point, I'll come round the corner shaking the bag, and I'm like, honestly, Murn, you're shit at trying to find. Oh.
Okay, she kind of freezes as she turns. She just freezes in the spot.
Yeah, and then as I get close enough, just axe her in the face, and then off the side.
Oh shit! This is gonna go down well.
Straight in.
Go on, don't you get a crit as well?
I get an auto crit,
Yep.
yeah.
She's paralyzed and taking an axe to the face. Ow.
Yep, 16 hits.
So I'll just roll the damage again.
Yep. So 7, 10.
34.
Fuck.
Oh no, because of the thing.
And how much is it?
I think you just got to take 3 off of it, haven't you?
No, I mean that's just the. Oh well, yeah. No, that's the damage.
Because it's got your strength in it as
Oh,
well.
it's got the strength. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so
it's,
just ignore that lightning damage, and that pretty much covers it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Get the first one.
21 damage.
21. Okay.
And then, of course, like shoulder into her and push her down the ravine.
Yep. Okay, so you manage to swing straight into her, and you cut her clean down the front. She doesn't even let out a scream as the axe embeds itself into her ancient chest, knocks her off of the 30-foot wall where she takes 3d6 bludgeoning.
I really hope she falls in the ravine. That'd be so good.
No,
The ravine is much further.
yeah, the
right?
ring, and her back hits the ground, and you hear an audible snap, man. Just as you hear the audible snap and look down and see the life flee from her body, two Duergar about 100 feet up turn, and they see this happen, and they're intelligent, they're not stupid. The woman they served just died. They nod and they both begin running across the bridge. They're getting the fuck out of there.
Good.
They ain't gonna fight because they're probably they know that she's dead now. There's no way that they're gonna survive in a society that they've served her, especially with the chieftain now being perfectly in charge. So Murn, her body hits the ground, and you know that in a society like this, you did just kill their spiritual leader. If you get found out, doesn't matter what the chieftain says.
Trouble.
Yeah, she looks absolutely crippled down there, blood pouring out of the wound in her chest. You see there's pages from one of the spell books has gone flying everywhere.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll just quickly grab the few pages that I can, see if she has anything interesting on her that would interest me personally, and if not,
Okay.
start dragging her over to the arena and toss her over the
Okay,
side.
you begin roll an investigation check.
Well,
Well, it doesn't matter. 15 is fine.
Alright.
Okay, so you find on her person, she's got a vial of liquid that you recognise as a cure wounds potion. It's the greater one. She also has a small spell book that's not her own. You can tell just by looking at it. It's definitely not her own spell book. It's got some weird scribblings in it.
yeah, just grab those two
Yep.
as I'm
She
dragging.
also has 3 platinum pieces in one of her pockets.
Oh yeah, I don't think I'm going to go through pockets if there's nothing
Okay.
like obvious in there, because I'm in a rush, so it wouldn't make sense for me to start going for money now.
Yeah, fair enough. Also, you notice that she's got an idol to Deep Duara, one of the Duergar gods.
Yeah, that's going over the edge as well.
Yep. Okay, so you just managed to shuffle her over, and Tumble. As you're climbing up into the latrine,
Well, I'll be staying underwater. I'll actually be staying underwater
Yeah.
because my idea would be by drowning this potion of water breathing, I can stay indefinitely under there, and they would have thought that I would have just drowned.
Yep.
So I'm actually staying under there as best I can, hoping that they've kind of wandered away now. I can't. Can I see out of the water? Or is it really murky
it is.
and shitty?
It's not murky. It's actually quite crystal clear spring water, and you have a feeling
really?
that this probably feeds, like maybe comes from a river or a lake from above ground.
Okay, in that case, if I can see through it, and I'm like, is that man? I'm like underwater.
No,
And then
Splash
Yeah,
next to you.
yeah, you hear a
Bonnie
splash.
tumbling down.
Sploosh.
I see it's her. My eyes go wide. I'm like,
Her body just floats by you, leaking kind of like Duergar black blood into the water.
I'll quickly drag it under the water's surface, and can I search her? Because I'm looking for something.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
I'll-
Okay, so Murn, what did you take from her body? The
everything but the platinum
The
pieces.
potion and the spellbook.
Okay.
that's it.
Okay, so yeah.
I'll take those. I'll take that 3 platinum.
Okay, roll investigation.
Okay. I'll be searching it thoroughly because I'm trying to look for that book.
Oh yeah, okay. She as you drag her past, they're like, no, come back. Her body's like really heavy. You're like, oh shit, and she's trying to like hold her against the tide. It's only slight because she weighs a good like squat 180 pounds. You're like, fuck. You reach into her pockets, find the 3 platinum pieces, find a soggy letter with all the ink all smeared. You're like, oh. And then in one of you find there's a secret compartment on her robes.
Oh.
Yep.
There's more.
And you feel something rather tubescent in there.
Okay, I'll pull it out.
Be careful with that one.
Okay. Does it have any buttons on it?
Okay, yeah, but no, it's some sort of stitching.
I'll.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'll just take the whole robe if I can. That'll make more sense.
Yeah.
Or maybe. Actually, it's too much. Yeah, I'll just cut the portion out with my dagger. I'll just cut that small pocket out.
Oh yeah, you cut the small pocket out and you find this kind of perhaps about 12-inch rod with a like a religious symbol on the end, and you see runes have been carved in a spiral all the way down it.
Okay, interesting.
God damn it! If Murn hadn't actually one shot her, I probably could have used it.
Interesting.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
After that, I will then tie something to her to basically weigh her down. I've got actually. I'll use one of the blocks from. What is it?
Only been here an hour and you murdered their spiritual leader.
Yeah. I'll just use something.
Hey,
heavy.
Oh, for the
who
course
started
for us,
this?
isn't it?
Come on.
What have I got on there?
Oh, some amazing kill by Murn.
Yeah.
Never hits in combat, except for now.
I'm just gonna tie a rock to her legs
Yeah,
with a portion of rope and keep her weighed down so she doesn't drift into the town.
It's a simple process, and then you have this you can tell it's a magical item, by the way, because of the way it's got the slight glow to it. So if you just want to put down
Runic rod.
runic rod, and then you can take a look at it later.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'm assuming you're climbing up the latrine trench.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I am,
Yeah.
and I'm climbing up past where I took my slash, and I'm like, Murn!
Murn, you do actually.
I think I'll probably have left by then.
Yeah, you would have climbed back up the rope ladders.
Because I didn't see anything happening to Tumble specifically. I just saw her, right?
Yeah.
Ordering things.
Oh wow, you
so-
just killed her of your own accord. Okay. Jesus.
No. I mean, I heard her ordering.
Yeah.
Them to kill you. I just didn't see you anywhere, so I assumed that had already happened.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
That's why I was so angry.
Meanwhile, inside, Arlyeiden, I'm assuming you just stayed kind of around the village square looking for Tantor, yes?
I came out, I saw that Murn was killing someone, and I backed away thoroughly, and then just started shaking my pouch of feed in various corners that I could find.
Tumble comes to you. He comes out the latrine pit, just shaking the actual packet of peanuts near it.
For once, I'm
Oh.
actually glad to see you.
I knew you'd come to your for your favourite treats.
A towel would be a better thing right now, but I'll take those anyway. And I'll grab them. I'm so done with this shit. I'm fine, I'll actually start eating them.
Nice.
There's some pool of water over there. Get suck it up with your trunk and spray it over yourself. I've always wanted to see that.
Can you just cast prestidigitation and clean me up? You can do that, right?
If someone has harmed you, tell me now, and I will burn this fortress to the ground.
Whoa. Oh,
Yeah, he seems
hold
to
up.
have changed personality right then.
I thought we had allies with these guys. But don't worry, I think I just saw Murn kill the person who tried to kill me.
We'll tear their children from their cribs and burn the bodies in a pyre in the square.
As he casts prestidigitation on you.
That's a
Okay.
local component.
Let's take a step back right now. All we need to do is mop up that stain of blood, and we'll be fine.
Is it a murder mystery?
I've climbed the wall and make my way back to see.
Yeah, I'm going to get back to Doelath in a second, because while you were gone, stuff did transpire.
Of course.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll use my wet clothes to mop up some blood and make sure there's no evidence left.
Okay, yeah, I mean, there's a streak of blood on the wall leading down, and there's a nice little pile of it at the bottom of the ladder where where her body hit the ground, yeah.
Fuck, okay, I gotta climb up that and clean it off.
Yeah, you're like...
Personally, think it was Lord Ehrenspire in the study with the candlestick.
Oh, classic. Okay, so Doelath inside the fortress. As everyone's left to go look for Tumble, Agony continues his speech. He says, "Friends, family, I have gathered you all in this great hall to ask of you, as a vote, I am not ordering you, to ask of you what your decision is in what I'm about to propose. Here, he points towards you, Doelath. He says, Lord Doelath has given us the opportunity to fight Illiana and her men and her army. He has given us a chance, and I know this is going to sound strange, to go to the surface, to live a different life away from the brethren that have cursed us, that has attacked us, raided, and enslaved us. They're all kind of murmuring and looking among one another. Now I ask of you, who among you will come with me, and who among you serves Grimax as a spy? And he points towards someone at the front, of course, who he suspects, and that person goes, I took money from her. And you realise he was struggling not to try to lie, but couldn't. And that's when Agni goes, but will you come with me now? And he goes, she said she'd kill my family. And that's when the whole hall goes, and Agni goes, yes. And I'm assuming she's done the same with the rest of you. Her way is fear, and our new way will be honour. And that's when a lot of them seem to me murmur and nods. And one guy steps forward, and even though he has resisted the zone of truth, goes, she bribed me too! And he goes, it's okay. We can get a new start. And one of them then screams out, well, what about the sun? I don't like the sun. It hurts my eyes.
We have mines on the surface.
You
We are clearing them presently. Once they're cleared, you are more than welcome to make new homes there.
Mines? And then you see all of them begin talking amongst themselves. Half of these people were probably miners to begin with, and they're like, well, we could go back to something we know, wouldn't it? And everyone, their murmurings going across. And one of the kids goes, I'd like to try mining! And his dad kind of pushes him back and goes, shut up.
We'll tear him from his crib.
It is agreed then, says Agni, and looks towards her daughter as if, very proud of her, the way that she's managed to achieve this. Then we will go to the surface tomorrow. One of the guys at the back, one of the Taraga, puts his hands up and says, my chieftain, only 3 weeks ago I traded with the commune. The tunnel is still open. We could make our way there, and from there to wherever. I mean, the only other tunnel we know about leads to the forge, and we all know why we shouldn't go there. And Agni looks towards Doelath and goes, what do you suggest, friend? Do we go back up through the forge, or do we go through the tunnel that leads near the commune?
I must say, I can't confess to know this other tunnel. Do tell me more, though.
Well, when we trade with the surface dwellers, we've used this tunnel to trade with the Bahamut Saints commune. They're a bunch of religious folk that live by themselves off their own land, and when our bodies require vegetables and scent meat, we trade with them. We trade jewels and gems we found.
Well, if that passage is open, I do recall hearing of it. I believe it's to the west. It seems a reasonable proposition. If they're holy folk, we should have no qualms with them.
Yeah, well, Agni leans in and says, holy is one word for it, yes. One would say they're a little bit zealous, and the only reason they trade with us is because I, myself, managed to convince them that we are not evil. I mean, several times they've sent paladins down searching for us, and they're all a bit... He kind of does the crazy sign and says, it's when they realise that we're not actually evil is when they turn around, but they can't help themselves. They're like... You'll see. You will see.
Well, if you fear the danger there, we can always take the forge route.
Oh no, they're
I
friendly
believe
now.
it's relatively clear.
Well, they should be friendly now. It's just occasionally some of the young paladins get it in their heads that they're going to head to the Underdark and adventure and come back glorious. But it's never that way, is it? Never that way.
I know the types. But these are your people. I wouldn't want to make the decision that could potentially harm them.
We'll go through the commune, and then we will buy horses. We'll buy wagons. We'll buy the supplies needed. I still have a small treasury. And then we will head to your home.
Very well.
Yeah, am I back in the audience chamber now, or
Just now, as all of this is going on, you guys would have just walked through. Tumble looks like, whew, wipe a bit of perspiration from your brow. Oh, well.
I'm also soaking wet.
I'm very sorry, I must interrupt. I have news. Swift news.
And the whole hall turns to look at Arlyeiden.
Oh, why are you drawing attention to us?
Must be said, tragically, deeply, and sadly, that one of your dear friends decided that it was too much and decided to take their own life.
They all kind of look among themselves. Agni says, "It's okay, he's sick in the head."
Yes, I do apologise for my relative.
Likely, if my best friend Murn could hit him with his own axe.
I just like smack him over the back of the head and said, "That's quite enough now, Arlyeiden. Come on. He's tried to help you before. This is not helping anyone."
I do apologise for all the interruptions. Please, Agni, continue. You say we set out in the morning.
We set out in the morning as much as there is morning in the Underdark. Also, he looks around and goes, "I see no opposition from Alfhilde Grimax. Where is she?" And the whole hall just kind of looks around and they have no clue.
Try to tell you.
I suspect, as we suggested before, we have her. We have the numbers here. She must have fled back to Illiana.
He nods. Right, so you can take residence in the fortress itself. I must confess something to you, and this is as the procession of dwarves are leaving. And he turns to Tumble. "My friend, we have prisoners of your kin." I
try to act surprised about this.
I thought to keep the secret from you, to not alert you or make you suspicious, but several weeks ago, some of your kin attacked us and mistook us for some of the Duergar that had destroyed your home. Of course, we are not the Duergar that destroyed your home, not whatsoever. But they mistook us for them, and they attacked one of my hunting parties. My hunting party brought them back, and we've kept them in prison since, not knowing what to do with them.
Then who is the Duergar that killed my hometown?
Okay,
Give me names.
there are 3 tribes that have joined Illiana. Would you like to know their names?
Yes.
Okay, one moment.
Point me in the direction so I can finally kill these bastards.
He's quite sprightly, this one. Little over his league, but...
Yes. I have met many of his kin. Before this, we even traded. Okay.
Of energy as well. A second ago, he used your latrine as a slide.
Yeah, that's why I'm soaking wet. I dropped something down there again.
Faster than dwarven shit, apparently.
Okay, he says, Dwellers Faithful, Lolfsbane, and the Skull Splitters tribes. They have all joined.
Cheerful names, all.
Yes, well, they all pride themselves on something, and they call themselves by that. Dwellers Faithful, as you can expect, is a very religious tribe. Lolfsbane, well, they've always warred with the Drow. I mean, and we've always had a neutral alliance with them because of that. But then you have the Skull Splitters, who just don't give a fuck about anybody. Not even their own people. They're the most numerous. And it's more likely the Skull Splitters are the ones that attack your people.
Well, when I find them, I'm going to do some skull splitting of my own.
Well, the Skull Splitters also stole something called the Wrath Hammer from my tribe a long time ago. It belonged to my great-grandfather. So if there's any excursion to attack the Skull Splitters in the future, you must alert me.
I'll freaking lead it if I have to.
This is my notes, by the way, because I'm improvising as I go, and I need to. I forget shit.
Right. So my people are free to go.
They are, of course. But you're gonna have to calm them down. That little one, Speck, he doesn't stop attacking everyone.
Yeah, he's more pissed than me most of the time. All right, I'll go talk to him and calm him down.
Okay. Okay, so you can all have a long rest, by the way.
Yeah, privately I'll speak to Murn. I want to be like, Murn, what the fuck? You killed her? I saw that shit. I just had to mop after your mess.
Oh, you're fucking welcome.
Well, yeah. I had it. Don't worry. By the way,
Clearly.
did you find a book on her?
Yeah, now that you mention it, there was this, and I'll just give it.
Ah, yes. This is my people's spellbook. I'll need this. Thanks. And
Right, whatever.
well, okay. You wasn't even trying to save me, were you? You just wanted to kill her. Let's be honest.
What?
Okay, never mind. Anyway, I walk away. Walk away from this awkward conversation. I go back to the jail, and I hand them the spellbook back,
Okay.
and unlock all the cages for.
Okay, so we'll get to you in a second, Tumble. Okay, so Doelath. Afterwards, our cutler takes a sigh, says, "My lord, I'm going to
Cat.
create another hut for us to stay in tonight. This time, I'll extend the invitation to the rest of our allies. I feel that their safety is paramount here."
Oh, of course, that sounds perfectly reasonable.
Yep, she begins the ritual in the corner of the throne room, basically.
And please, you don't have to call me Lord.
Well, she turns to you and goes, "Well, I like to."
Someone's gonna get cheaty on it, Cutler.
Anyway, she finishes the dome, and then, of course, she creates the ambient temperature to nice, and gives it a kind of a frosty kind of outlook, so that no one can see it, and says, "If we need to privately talk," and she tells you all this, "we can go in here." And she looks at Arlyeiden and says, "You do anything funky in there, Arlyeiden, and I will just kick you out."
I farted twice already in the last 2 minutes.
I assumed. I already
I
assumed.
did wonder what that was.
Okay, so Tumble. We'll start with Tumble, and then we'll go along the line and see what everyone's doing. You walk into the prison, and the jailer's like, got his hands against the bar, and he's like, "Oh, come on!"
Yeah, sorry about that. Here, have a bag of peanuts. I'll fix your head right up. Anyway, I unlock all the cages and help everyone out.
Yep. Okay.
If I have any good rations, I'll be like, yeah, don't eat any more of that mushroom shit, Speck. Here, have some.
Speck's on the ground, foaming at the mouth.
Oh God.
He goes. The wizard goes, "Oh, don't worry about that. He does this all the time."
Yeah, well, keep your eye on him. Also, what kind of spellcasters, are you?
Me?
Are you strong? Yeah.
I'm a wizard, friend. I was once the leader of this rabble. He looks at Speck and kind of gives him a boot. He goes, "How comes you are letting us out? I'm assuming you've come to some sort of accord with these demons?"
Yeah. Turns out these aren't the ones who attacked our village.
They're not. Give me the spellbook. I shall smite them all.
No. The skull splitters we gotta get.
The Skull Splitters.
They're a different tribe.
The Soul Splitters.
Yeah. Listen, if you're a powerful spellcaster, I could use your help when we try and take back our homeland.
Oh, really?
Go down there. We're gonna take them all out, and probably another couple of tribes while we're at it. Because I just hate them.
So what you're saying is, my friend, that if I join you, that I get to kill Duaga?
Exactly.
But these Duaga I don't kill.
No.
Are you sure?
You're a smart wizard, man.
Are you sure? Because I could really do with killing them.
No. We killed the problem Duaga here. Don't worry about that one.
But I could really, really do with killing the ones here.
No.
Look, friend.
What am I gonna take to persuade you here, man?
Hand me my spellbook. That is what it'll take to persuade me. And he's looking at it. He's obviously not. He's too frail to wrestle it off of you. So he's like, "Please,
look,
friend.
I need your word. You're not gonna screw everything up for us here.
I promise.
These are allies. They'll help us kill the skull splitters. Just leave them be.
Look, I am Binkelwyn Smiterson, and I promise that I will not smite the Duaga. These Duaga.
Okay. Yes.
And if you see him cross his fingers.
You said what? Really?
No, sir. Oh, come on. That's the gnomish sign for a promise, obviously.
God damn it. I'll throw the spellbook at him.
Excellent. Oh, there he goes. Spec! Spec! And Spec kind of like, ugh. He goes, get up, we're going home. He opens the spellbook and touches something on one of the pages, and you see runes begin to dance up, and he says, well, my friend...
Wait. When you say we're going home, our home is taken over. Where are you going to go for now?
I have another home.
You do?
Yes.
Wait. I didn't know that everyone got out. I thought
a few of
like
us
one
got
way
out
or
of... I mean, Duaga didn't enslave us all. I mean, he didn't enslave me, not Binkelwin.
Well, we need to band together then and figure out a way to take him out. Like, where are you going back to, so I know?
Oh, well, have you ever heard of Mordekainen? I guess you haven't.
I saw it on a map. I saw it on a map sometime, yeah.
Well, no, you wouldn't, because it's my own personal mansion.
Oh, I see.
Yes, I'm going back there. I have a few of other of my friends hanging out there. Spec has to wait outside as a guard because he dribbles on the furniture.
Alright, well, how are you going to contact me?
I'm not.
How am I going to contact you?
You're not. I mean, obviously you're in league with all of these greyskins.
No.
The dirty greyskins, not the nice ones like me.
Yeah, well, we're all grey down here. Everything's grey.
Well, yes,
Listen.
currently I see you in grey, but I'm sure you've got some colour on you. Look, friend,
some gems.
I'm going to go to my home. If you really must get in contact with me, here. And then he begins summoning something on the ground. And it seems to be a small trinket of sorts. And he just places it in your palm and he says, crush it in your palms. Speak. You will hear me.
Okay. Alright. Take care, Binkle Smite,
can you,
whatever you were.
Yes, of course. Binkelwun Smiterson. Remember that name, because in the future, you will hear of me, I believe. And he begins creating a portal. And he goes,
Jeez.
and he looks and goes, I know we said bye, but this is going to take 10 minutes, so we continue talking if you wish.
Okay. That's fine. I gotta get back to business anyway.
Yeah, good. Can you do me a favour?
Yeah.
Do you have any healing magics? Because Spec is properly brain damaged right now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you see blood pouring out of his ears.
Uh-oh. What the hell do they put in the mushrooms?
I don't know.
Alright, hold on. I'll be right back. I'll try and grab someone.
Okay, as you tend to that, Arlyeiden, what are you up to? This is going to be probably the craziest.
Well, I've got free reign for a bit, so the first thing I'm going to do is step outside of the audience chamber and start talking to some locals.
Yes, pug life.
As you step out of the audience chamber, you see that a few Duaga are going about packing stuff, tying ropes around packs that they're attaching to their back. They're getting ready. You see someone actually has some sort of hand wagon that they're going to have to carry themselves because you can't see any beasts of burden. Everyone seems to be in jovial spirits that they're leaving, and they're all getting out their weak kind of dour ale.
Excuse me, I'll go over to the man with a hand wagon. Excuse me!
Yes, hello. You're one of the new elves, aren't you? It's a pleasure to meet you.
Mine, Arlyeiden Ehrenspire, Lord Ehrenspire, or should I say Lord of Ehrenspire Castle. Just inquire, are you traders of fine, large animals that can carry all of this establishment? I'm recently in the trade, and I'd like to expand my menagerie, as it were.
No, in fact, I'm a carpenter. I tend to take pine and oak from above and build furniture for us down here. That's how I built the wagon.
I have just a job for you. Are you heading back to Fort Ehrenspire with me and my servants?
I am. I believe I am.
Here is what I'd like you to do for me. The master bedroom could do with some redecorating.
Oh.
I like it.
He's like hands up like, sir, surely we should wait till we're above ground. Make sure I survive before I can even promise you.
More than willing and wealthy enough to pay you up front here. And I'll shove 50 gold pieces in his hand. That's a down payment.
He looks at it and he's never seen that much gold in his life before. He says, what do you want, friend?
I'd like the master bedroom in Fort Ehrenspire to look just like that brown sloping hill over there. Can you do that?
He looks at the brown sloping hill towards the wall and he goes, "You want a wall and a hill in your bedroom?"
To be very authentic.
I can try.
I'll double your wage. I'll triple it, and I'll set aside a whole section of mine just for you. I can do that, you know. I'm the Lord.
Can you make a deception check, please? Oh, this is glorious. Oh yeah, okay. So he goes, "Yes, Lord Aaronspire, of course. I can do whatever you wish." Does your wife know?
She's gotten older and then younger again, but she still looks like a man. So quite honestly, I don't care.
Oh, okay, Lord. Of course, I can do that for you. I can build an authentic hill in your bedroom. I didn't know you loved the Underdark so much. Would you like the ceiling and stalagmites as well? It'll take some time.
Yes, but cover them brown slick material that you've used on that piece over there, please.
He looks at it and goes, "That's the remnants of a black pudding we killed."
That'll be great.
Okay, and he points towards his son and goes, "Get collecting the acid, boy. We need it." And you see they begin harvesting the remnants of the black pudding.
Fantastic. Now inform any of your friends who wish to partake in some broccoli stance dancing that I'll be running a class before we leave, roughly an hour or so before, just to stretch out the limbs.
Okay.
And I'll walk off.
Yeah. So Doelath, you and Otti are currently in the audience hall just as she's finished the hut. Is there anything that you wanted to do?
I'm going to start composing a letter to my father. I need to let him know everything that's gone on, basically. Especially the fact that we now know that Illiana is using the Underdark and tunnels throughout to be able to pop up and carry out these raids. It'll certainly help in the war effort.
Like the GLA from Command and Conquer.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll suggest that Otti informs her father as well.
Otti says, "I can indeed." And she does bring out some parchment, her letters, and you see she's got a spell to do it. She begins like running her hand, and it just creates a ton of words, the stuff that she meant instantly. She looks at you and goes, "Would you like me to do that for you, darling?"
Consider me jealous. Yes, I'll dictate for you. Thank you, dear.
Because I didn't learn most of the spells that are useful in combat, but I did learn most of the ones that could be useful in everyday life. Okay, and she pens her letter and then does yours for you while you're sitting inside the hut, and then she begins to prestidigitate herself down, kind of like in a way of cleaning before she goes to sleep. And then she just lays a bedroll out and lays down and says, "Are you joining me, or are you going to go find and talk to some of your friends before we..."
I should probably find out where Arlyeiden's gone.
Okay, so...
I'd like to say I'll be 10 minutes, but give me at least 2 hours.
Oh, God.
Of course, and she just nods as you exit the actual tiny hut, and it wobbles like water as you exit. As you exit into the main kind of like village square, it is busy, very busy, and you see that everyone's packing away. But in the far corner, you can see Arlyeiden going up, down, right, as a bunch of Duergar are improvised dancing in front of him.
Okay, I was going to head over to Arlyeiden then. Apologies for interrupting whatever must be a very important thing you're doing, but don't you think it's past Tantor's bedtime? Shouldn't you be laying him down to rest? You know, along with yourself, maybe.
Odd. Oh, he said "be right back," didn't he?
No.
Oh, we didn't even notice he said "be right back." That's brilliant.
As he stares there vacantly, I just shrug and wander off.
He's just absorbed in his dance.
Okay, so,
Yeah. It's a piece of broccoli. They can't talk.
Yep. So Doelath, what are you doing about the letters? How are you planning on sending them?
I won't be able to sort that until I get back to the fort.
Yeah, okay. So, alright.
But I just thought it'll take some time before Otti just whipped it up in a flash. I
Yes.
figured it would take a bit of time for me to actually compose it.
No, she did it like instantly.
So yeah, I'll be waiting until we get back to the fort before I send it. Unless she happens to have any magical means of doing that.
She
I'll ask
doesn't
her.
actually. No, I think that's important. Give her a couple of levels, and she just might.
Yeah, I'll send Pete as a messenger with a
Yeah.
envoy.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so Murn, what would you like to get up to?
Well, I would like to take some time to talk to. I guess it will be both Lord Ernspire and Alcatraz, since they're in the dome.
Yep.
And inform them of what happened to unfortunate Lady Grimax.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Of course, telling them the truth.
Oh, okay. Yep.
I did wonder where you'd all got to. That makes a lot of sense now with her lack of a rival. Good job. I figure that's probably the best outcome we could have really hoped for.
Yes, I agree. However, one thing bothers me. One thing that bothers me is that my accent's gone for some reason, and the other thing that bothers me is that this Agni seems like a trustworthy man, but I'm pretty sure that if things don't go the way he likes, he could swing pretty quickly and take his people with him, and we will be outnumbered.
Yes, I know what you mean. I fear it's more an act of desperation than it really is a willingness to assist us.
As such, I think that he did mention that he values honor above all, and as such, I think that we should tell him what happened.
A reasonable assumption. Would you like me to break the news, or are you happy to do it yourself?
Right, well, here's what I suggest we do, is that we inform everyone, and that we make sure that everyone is ready to go, in case they react badly. I'm pretty sure that we can get out of here and leave if need be. But if we wait till everyone's traveling the same way and they know where they're going, that's probably not the best idea.
Agreed.
Then, if you could, please let Tumble and Arlyeiden know that they should be ready to head out at a moment's notice as inconspicuously as possible.
I'll inform Tumble. Arlyeiden, unfortunately, you know what he's like. I'll drag him if necessary.
I just nod with a sigh and then leave and try and find Agni.
Excellent. So Murn, Agni is out front talking to his daughter, and as you walk over, he goes, "Ah, just the dwarf I was looking for."
I'll obviously go find Tumble in this time as well.
Okay, yeah. He goes, "Just the
And
dwarf I
I'll
was
follow
looking
him.
for." Murn.
I'm trying to find Agni.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll get to Tumble, Doelath, and then do the interactions after Murn's talk to him. Okay. And Nymeria bows slightly as you approach, and you see she's got kind of a smile on her face. She goes, "My friend, I just wanted to thank you for listening to my daughter, to coming down here. You are obviously a very honourable dwarf. Now, I haven't had much contact with other dwarves in my lifetime. Only my own kind, Drow, and now the people from Ranagland. So, it's good to see an honourable face, an honourable beard."
I'll nod and say to them, yes, perhaps if you'd spare me a moment in payment for your thanks, to sit down and have a conversation between the three of us.
Of course. Well, he leads you round the side of the fort. There's a set of standing stones that are no taller than about 3 or 4 foot. And around that, people have set down some straw mats to sit around an altar of sorts with a book on. He closes the book as you approach and then takes a seat on the straw mat. Nymeria has followed slightly, but she's taken a jug from one of the passers-by and has poured you all like a clay cup of liquid, which, by the way, Murn, is probably the foulest smelling dwarven ale you've ever smelled.
Yeah, well, ale's ale.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'm more annoyed about the architecture than a bit of beer.
Yep. Okay, yes. What did you have to talk about, Murn? You're fine here.
Yeah, now I'll just look around to see if there's anyone in earshot. Or how is this
Just Namira.
relatively... Yeah, okay, that's fine then. So I'll ask her to like attend the conversation as well if she was like off to the side, because I wasn't quite sure whether she was
Yes.
actually joining it. And
Agni does say,
So
whatever you've
I-
got to say to me, you can say to my daughter.
I wasn't planning on hiding anything from her. I think there's some things that that need to be out in the open,
Of course.
and these are not going to be things that you're going to be glad to hear.
What?
So, cheers, and I'll down the mug.
Of course. Skull, and he begins finishing his drink.
And say, right, well, I feel that I have, well, we have had to, and sort of look over at Nimira and say, tell you some of the things that happened, but not everything, and I believe that we owe you the truth.
Okay. Do begin.
And first, I'll start like relaying the story of some of what happened in the forge. Obviously not.
Oh, I didn't know you were going to tell him that.
No, not to the full extent, but as much as Nimira knows, basically.
Oh, so yeah, so you come across them, they were hostile towards you, so you defended yourself.
Yeah.
I do believe
and,
most of those men were of Grimax's allegiance. I will not miss them, although I will miss their presence as soldiers on the battlefield.
Yes, they fought valiantly, but unfortunately, well, when hostilities ensure, you tend to ask questions after the fighting has died down, not before. As we come to another point here, and basically the point was to make sure that Nimira didn't have to like pretend to her father about what happened, that she could just be honest. And then
Yep. Nymeria hasn't actually... You can see she hasn't told her father any of this.
yeah. And something else happened in the last few hours.
Another thing. What could have happened in the last few hours? I know everything that goes on in this small village. It's tiny.
Yes. Unfortunately, you were rather busy at the time.
And then he nods and goes, while I was giving the speech, wasn't it?
Yes, it appears that there was a altercation between our friend Tumble and...
The jailer?
No, the jailer appears to be fine. That was not... No.
I know, I thought that he might try to break his people free. Even when he said he needed to go to lavatory, I could see it in his eyes that he wasn't actually going to lavatory. He wanted to go check out the prison.
Yes, well, can hardly blame him, really.
Well, I let him
If
go.
you were locked up somewhere as a guest, then yes, very honourable of you, thank you. And that is also why I'm telling you now. I feel like I owe you this, regardless of what outcome it might have. The Grimax woman
Yes, she seems to
had
be...
an altercation with Tumble,
Oh.
and
Oh.
she and two of her guards had taken him outside, and well, fortunately he had made his way back up, but they had actually thrown him into the ravine. Upon seeing this, I was left with no choice but to defend the honor of my friend. And, well, she went down the ravine as well, not in one piece.
I see. So what are you saying is that you have killed... You have actually killed her. You've killed Grimax. You say that...
And I nod.
Well, he kind of gives this kind of frown towards you, goes, that doesn't stop you being honourable. If you thought that Grimax was about to slay your friend, murder him even, then not even my people will blame you for what you did. Although some of her loyalists may be angry, they will dare not pipe up in this moment. Not when I've given them a direct order. You are safe.
And I'll nod and say, I was not under the impression I would be dishonored for killing her. I was under the impression I would well, be dishonored for not telling you about this, as it's happening under your oath while you're the guests. And it's only fair that you know the whole truth before committing your people to come to the surface with us.
It's fine, Murn. I understand. It's not surprising that she got herself killed.
Indeed.
I mean,
No, not.
several times I've been sorely tempted to do it myself, so don't fret. He looks at Nymira and says, the secret stays between us for now, though. In the best interest of my people, it stays here and your allies. Deal?
I know. Of course.
He stands and goes to shake your hand.
Yeah, and I'll just clasp his forearm, you know, in the.
He nods and goes, Nymira, you should leave us now. I have a question to ask of Murn. And that's when Nymira says, yes, father, and disappears. When she's around the corner, his face goes from that friendly, old, kind of wrinkled dwarf face to stern and serious. And goes, Murn, I believe you know what I'm about to say, but all relationships like this are solidified politically in the binding of families.
I don't know, you can see that Murn is a little bit taken back, like he maybe has thought about this.
Nope,
but
it's
still...
straight there, and he just goes, it is no secret in this village that my daughter is unmarried, and for good reason. She's a tough dwarf to get on with. She's tough, just like her mother. She's hard to deal with. But I see she's taken a shine to you. Did you mention blacksmithing? Of course you did. It's her weakness. I know you did before you even said anything. So, binding this relationship this way will promise that my tribe will stay loyal to Lord Ehrenspire, more loyal to you, Murn. I mean, when I die, it will pass to you, of course, if you are married to my daughter. But to be honest,
nod and bow.
Murn, to be honest, she will probably just control you and the rest of the tribe.
Right, I'll see about that one.
He laughs and goes, "No, seriously,
Chuckle.
seriously. I named her the Wrathhammer, just like my grandfather's weapon, because of how tough she was. I meant my wife, Christ. Well, I do miss her though, and this is our lasting legacy. So
Even the toughest of metals can be forged, not to worry.
he laughs and goes, I like that. I like it. In my old days as well, on the surface, I would also request you to perhaps teach me some of your smithing techniques. I never learned. I learned the art of religion, belief.
Well, plenty of time for that.
Well, you say that, but I probably only got a good 50 years in me.
Well, you can make a start at least. It's a good practice.
Man, you know, some humans have mastered it in like 10.
Yeah, of course.
Because you live quite slower than them, and he's
that's human smithing, right? That's like
yeah. Okay, so that's when Doelath and Tumble, you come across one another.
Okay. Murn, I need some healing for my friend.
No, I am Doelath.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not yet.
Where the fuck? Where's Murn?
Murn is shorter and stouter.
I thought he was just with you a second ago.
Yes, he's gone to see Agni, which is why I came to see you. He's breaking the news of what's happened. Something to do with Dwarven honor. I don't really understand it, but just be ready. We might need to leave at a moment's notice, so
Good.
gather your
get out of
things
this
before you
place.
do anything else.
Okay, just let me know when you're leaving. I want to get out of this place as much as you do, trust me.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm going to retire back to the dome now, so if you want to gather your belongings there, and then just make sure you're ready.
Sure.
Okay, so Tumble, then you run around the corner, you see Murn has just had a... Well, you see Nymira walks past you and says, hello, Tumble. Carries on walking past you. And by the time you reached Murn, he's finished his conversation, and Agni walks past you, nods, begins filling his contact.
Okay, first of all, my friend's like dying. We need some healing magic for Spec. And also, you're looking good, guys. You're looking younger. What happened? Did I miss something? Because Because I just realised Tumble wasn't in the room
No.
when the spell went off, so he doesn't have a clue. But hey, yeah, you're looking. Everyone's looking much useful there. You know. What happened to the wrinkles and shit?
Man.
Well,
Oh, okay. Just give me the silent treatment. But yeah,
It's me.
I'll ask Murn
No.
to heal Spec, and
Sorry.
I'm sure that wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, so Man Tumble's asked if you can heal Spec.
Right, what's sailing him
So
exactly?
as you walk in to the prison with Tumble, you see that there's a gnome on the floor with dribble all down him, slightly foaming at the mouth, bleeding at the ears. His eyes are rolled back into his skull, and you see he's probably suffering some sort of hallucination as he jizzes and shudders around on the ground. The rest of the gnomes in the room are ignoring him.
Yeah, he ingested some terrible mushroom or something. Yeah, point towards the bowl, which had that in it.
Right.
It's poison. It's poison. It's poison.
Uh-huh.
So
Well, that's going to have to wait till the morning. Do you think you can make it?
No! Oh my god, no! Quick, let's find the other guy. Agni or whatever.
Tumble, just as you're saying this, Binkle, when next to you, opens the portal and goes, "See you later, friends," and just grabs Spec's leg and runs through. And all the other gnomes begin running through as well. And beyond it, you see this big cavern with a mansion in, it's just floating in the centre. And from the other side, as the final gnome comes through, he just goes,
Damn it. Tumble's really kind of eager to maybe even follow him. This is his people, and he's been trying to find them this whole time, and like, this is it. But something is tugging him, pulling him back, and he's not sure why, but he hesitates a moment too long, and then the portal closes.
and beyond it, you just see empty loneliness. And then you turn, and Murn, you're right next to him. Tumble does look like he's a little down, his shoulders are hunched. Yeah.
Right, well, I guess that's not going to have to wait till morning. Come on. Come on.
Fine.
It's not good staying here and...
Look, I chose to stick with you guys for now. Only because I'm sure you can make some kick-ass armor about all of these dragon scales, right? Yeah? That's the real reason.
We'll get right on that. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll retire for the night.
Yeah, okay, before we take a 5-minute break, is there anything anyone else would like to do before they go to sleep?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm going to have a conversation with...
The mirror?
with my, perhaps, wife-to-be.
Okay, we will do that conversation as you travel up to the Underdark if you want.
That's all even getting set up, Jesus.
You're not, because you're crazy.
Because you're crazy.
Well, we'll see, okay, we'll see. What about...
Wait,
I'm half...
Can I identify this rod?
Yes, you spend an hour, it's a Rod of the Pack Keeper +1.
Woo, what the crap?
I'll offer to set Arlyeiden up with the daffodils at the back of Fort Aaronspire.
oh, the shapely.
Oh, okay, well, we'll be back in about 5 minutes, so we can all take a quick break, grab a drink, etc, etc. We will begin, we're back. So, Vagor. I'm assuming that's how I pronounce it, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Vagor. As you travel through the plains, in the distance, you see a thin spindle of smoke rising up into the sunset. The road here winds like a serpent towards the great swords. The three great kind of giant blades protruding out of a mound. They are a spiritual place for the people of the Wildlands, and people travel here to gain spiritual vision and clarity. But in the last few miles, Vagor, you have noticed you are being followed, and the person has made no attempt to hide his tracks, and has made it obvious that he's following you, or is at least travelling to the mound also.
Right, well, I believe that Nala can go and have a look what this is all about. You should be able to tell me something.
Okay, so Nala, that's the three great swords. Nala takes to the skies, cawing. Is it a she or a he?
What's a she?
cawing as she does, and heads off, disappears from sight, and maybe perhaps 30 minutes later, arrives back at your arm. You don't have communication with your familiar, do you?
No, I can see through its eyes when it's flying.
Okay, so you do see it stops near. It stops near this person, and this person is a gold dragonborn, scar running up one side of the face, making his eye blind and green and grey and cloudy. As he looks up and notices the hawk Nala circling him, he then brings his hand to himself and then stabs his halberd into the ground. And as he does, he looks up and actually begins to speak to Nala using beast speech. Can you understand? You can't, can you? You just know that they're communicating.
No, I mean I'm sensing through. I don't know exactly how that works with. I think that's up to your interpretation. Let me have a look to see what the spell says, but.
I'm not getting any music on.
Haven't you got speak with beast and plant or something?
Oh yeah, I mean I do obviously, but. So that you can see through your familiar's eyes and hear what it hears until the start of your next turn, gaining the benefits of any special senses that the familiar has. So, I guess if it was in a language I didn't speak, that might be different. But I do have at will speak with beasts, so.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. So you hear this dragonborn say back to Nala, "Tell your master I mean no harm. I simply seek the religious place he also seeks. There is safety in numbers, Hawk. Tell him that." And because when Nala lands back on your arm, you get the message already.
Alright, yep, fair enough.
You gonna keep moving?
In that case, I'll just move like off the side of the road and just wait.
Okay, takes an hour for this dragonborn to find you, and he's heavy, he's large, he's wearing like layers and layers of hides, and he has his halberd in his hand, and you see it's got loads of talismans chinking off of the head and the shaft. And as he stands it on its pommel here, looks down at you, he goes, "Greetings, Furbolg. I am also heading to the Great Swords. I sense in you a great spiritual need, the same one that I yearn for.
And what might that be?"
I search for somebody, an old friend. And I believe the spirits can direct me towards him. One that was thought dead may still be alive."
As is the case sometimes.
Will you travel with me, friend?
What else? Well, friend is perhaps a bit of an overstatement, but
I apologise
Yes.
if I've offended.
we can travel.
Okay. Come then, let's move. We are losing daylight. And you spend the next hour walking towards the Great Swords in quiet kind of stillness. He doesn't say much.
Yeah, pretty
You
much.
don't say much. Nala occasionally goes, "Caw!" just to break the silence. Obviously, the hawk is is more awkward than you two.
She can fly
Yeah,
off if
yeah.
she wants to.
She does hunt for a bit, come back with a kill, feeds. But as you both approach the Great Swords, there is stone steps hewn into the very mound that lead up to these great swords. And you both know the legends about it, that 3 giants once went to fight at the Void Gate of Jormungandr. And when they died, the humans and warriors brought these swords back here as a token of respect. It is said that one of the corpses of the giants that fought at the Void was buried here too. And as you walk up, there's an altar, and you see the altar is stained with blood. There's some bones all around it, and you see people have left offerings. It's a pilgrimage end for many people. This old dragonborn turns to you and says, "If you wish to go first, be my guest. I will leave you to it."
And I'll just say, no, please do continue. I have nothing but time.
Okay, he puts his halberd and leans it against one of the swords, walks over to the altar, and brings a dagger from a sheath in his bracelet, slices across his hand and smears it across the altar. He begins saying the words that you were meant to be saying as well. Kneels, brushes it down his face to form 3 red lines, sorry, and then begins speaking in a language that you can't quite understand. And when he's done, he stands up and says, "I feel your presence," and holds his hands out and goes, "I am looking for an old friend I thought was dead, but his magic ripples, and I can sense him. Please, spirits, direct me towards my old friend, the powerful sorcerer, the one who helped me fight at the Void Gate, Arlyeiden." And as he turns around, you hear that he's obviously getting some sort of answer from them. He nods, turns, and then walks back to his halberd, picks it up, puts it onto his shoulders. "Your turn, friend. I've already summoned them. You mean only ask you questions."
Yes, very well.
Okay, he takes a seat and begins drinking from his wineskin. You hear their voices, by the way, like the rumbling of earth, the smashing of water, the general of air as you walk up towards the altar, and then all their voices echo once and go, "Vaegor, you've come seeking power, no?"
Power and guidance, yes.
"A slave risen to defeat the void?" You hear fire whoosh behind you. You hear wind wrap around your head. He goes, "There is a chance it will succeed, of course. But you have to pair yourself with somebody. Somebody who seeks to destroy the void too."
I see. And what would that entail exactly?
That entail you meeting an elf. An elf that is entwined with your destiny, yet he does not know it yet.
That is less than useful, but well, this is something that I've gotten used to with your kind by now. I just want to let you know about something. Just let me link you this.
Yep, I did read this. Otherwise, I wouldn't be letting you speak to them.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep.
So, if you could please do me the favor of telling me what you actually believe might give me a clue, because an elf is a too vague description even for you, I'm afraid. That's not something I can work with.
You hear the rumble of earth and goes, "Destiny is a fickle thing, Vaegor." And then air says, "Yes, wish this way and that. But sometimes it can just be a straight path. We can help you, Vaegor. But you must promise us one thing." And then you hear Walter go, "Just one thing, Vaegor, just one."
Yes, I have grown accustomed to this. Out with it, please.
"When the time comes, and you will know the time, you must shut the gate." Remember those words, Vaegor. Shut the gate. "If you are tempted by its power and you leave it open, you doom us all. You doom us all. Now, for your reward. Destiny, like we said, is a fickle thing, but sometimes a straight path. Behind you is a golden dragonborn. His fate is entwined with yours as it is entwined with the rest. Travel with him. He knows the path. You will meet your elf. You will meet your lordling."
Ah, see, now that's more useful.
Useful.
At least now I have some idea of what you mean.
Yes, and then you hear the kind of...
Yes, well, I'm sure this is all fine. And, let them know that I agree.
Meanwhile, remember that this dragonborn behind you does not know who you are. Be careful. He is righteous. And he goes, "Make sure you look at his arm." And you turn to look at this dragonborn and you realise one of his arm, the left arm, is remarkably covered up compared to the other one, as in wrapped in cloth and leather, and you see that he's got a shoulder pad, and he doesn't seem to be moving it, ever, at all. It just dangles down at his side.
Right.
Yeah, and you hear the earth go, "Air, why would you tell him that? You are just causing trouble." And you hee hee hee.
Well, even your kind must have their fun every now and then, I imagine.
No.
Perhaps some of us are less amused by it than others.
Air is disrespectful. And then you hear him go, and you're too stubborn, Earth. And then you hear Walter go, oh, not this again.
And I'll start walking.
As they begin bickering and arguing. Okay, so you approach the Dragonborn, I'm assuming. He stands, says, I am heading northeast, friend. If you are heading that way, perhaps we can travel together again. By the way, your hawk has a great sense of humour.
Ah, yes, well.
You're gonna sodomize it, don't worry.
I don't know if to edit that part out or not.
Tom, what?
No is the answer.
Yes, okay, Vagor. The Dragonborn says, friend, I am heading northeast.
Yes, northeast is, sounds just fine. You need to be over that way anyway.
I'm looking for...
Here?
I'm looking for an elf. The spirits told me to look for an elf. Which is weird, because I'm already looking for one. But he says I shall find him with another. Something to do with blood. Anyway, I am...
Yes, the descriptions are vague as usual, aren't they? Oh well, let's be on our way then. No time
Well,
to
if we are to travel together,
stick around here.
perhaps I should know your name. I know your hawk's name, but I do not know yours.
Ah, but she is much more entertaining than I am, I can assure you.
Ah, yes, she is, but I can't spend my hours talking to a hawk. I mean, she knows many jokes.
You should try it sometime. It's not
I've
as
tried
bad
it
as
many a
it's-
times. I mean, I had a ferret for some years. It wasn't pleasant when I realised that actually he was controlling me.
That is unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, for your ego perhaps as well.
Well, if you want to introduce yourself, I won't introduce myself. We shall be nameless.
Well, if you want to have my name, it is fine. My name is Vagor.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Vagor. My name is Marash. And he leans forward to shake your hand with his good hand, with his good arm, the one that's not like kind of armoured up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'll just shake it.
Yep.
Ignore the armor.
And as you move away, you see he can move his left arm slightly. He kind of like shakes it slightly, but you see he prefers not to move it. And you did recognise that he pulled a dagger out and cut his arm with it, but you see it just hangs limp most of the time. Okay, so let's switch back to the others. Da-na-na-na, Batman transition. Diddle-a-doo. So the rest of you have had your long rest, and as you wake up in the morning, the Duergar are ready to leave. I'm assuming you guys would head up the procession?
Yeah, let's get out of this place. Once and for all.
Yeah, go find Adney and tell him we're ready to move out. If his people are ready, then we'll lead the way.
Yep.
Well, they can lead the way, and then we'll lead the way partway through.
So, pardon me. We decided to go through the Bahamut Saints commune, didn't we? Or was it the Forge?
I believe it was Bahamut Saints.
Okay, so as you were travelling up there, Murn, I believe you wanted to talk to Namira at the front. As you're like walking along the procession, we can have our talk now if you want. So Namira, of course,
yeah, I mean, we don't,
walks
we
beside
don't
you.
need to act out if you don't want to,
No,
but
That's fine. No, Namira walks beside you most of the way anyway. Wanting to, she obviously knows what her father said. I mean, she's not stupid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She says, "Oh,
yeah, I mean, I think it's just practical stuff like, first lead in with like, right. So we have these things that need to be taken care of at the keep, and then eventually this will come up in the conversation as well.
Yes." She says, "In fact, I'm glad that my father proposed this to you. I mean, I don't know if he's mentioned, but blacksmithing does make me weak at the knees."
You see that Murn thinks from, nope, not gonna go there. It's like,
Like why the iron's hot, man.
and Murn considers making a joke, but just refrains and says, "Yes, I did gather as much," and I clap an arm around her.
Yep, excellent. Aww. Okay. And as you guys,
Does that conversation finish?
yeah, that's it.
I was literally just about to say to turn to Tantor and go, honestly, Tantor, I thought you'd be big enough to ride by now. Are you sure you're not a gnome?
And are you sure you're not insane?
Okay, there you go, silence.
He just walks off, going off singing his number one hit, "Displace a Beast, You Are My Friend."
Okay, so it only takes about 5 hours with not much trouble at all. I mean, at one point you come across kind of like a colony of flumps that kind of fly very high overhead, and you see all of the Duergar are looking up, and as they go along, they are like spurting, if that's the right word, colourful glitter and fairy fire as they go.
I feel like spurting should never be that
Well, they are. And other than that, you don't seem to come across much trouble, and you notice that the air gets noticeably cooler until eventually you literally just kind of come across a tunnel that turns a sharp right, seems to be built up like a mine with wooden beams and supports, and then you come out into brightness, and you all kind of like have to hold your hands up ever so slightly, and it is probably maybe 9 in the morning, and in front of you is just farming fields. Tons and tons of wheat fields and barley fields, all just kind of like coexisting with one another, with grain stores and small huts. And in one of the fields, you see a man with a straw hat is using a scythe to cut some barley down. He turns, sees you, goes, "Oh, hello there!" And
Hello, good friend.
yeah, Agni just waves a hand and goes, "We mean no harm, we're passing through." And he goes, "Yeah, right you are, fair enough. On you go. Hey, wait, can I interest you all in some water? You look mighty parched." And he goes, "Yes, please." And he kind of like basically draws loads of water from his well. And this farmer type guy, he goes, "You're just passing through, yeah? You should probably tell Giran about that." And Agni says, you don't need to bother the High Paladin about anything. We're just passing through." And he goes, "Yeah, but you're all a bunch of dwarves with weapons and stuff." And then he looks at Doelath and makes a history check. You look fancy, don't you?
Thank you, I guess. But don't worry, I mean, yes, we have weapons, but I'm sure you're aware, obviously, the land surrounding here, there are things we have to be wary of, but we mean you no harm and we are passing on.
Alright. He just holds his scythe and just nods. Goes, "Okay,
We'll take our leave now. Thank you for the water.
alright, that's no problem."
I'll give him some gold as well to thank
Oh,
him.
no, I don't need gold. We don't use gold here.
Just
Against us, we would have rode through your commune like locusts.
He looks at the elf and goes, "He's a funny one, ain't he?" And he points his scythe at Arlyeiden as he does it.
yeah, I just want to see what kind of feeling I'm getting from this guy.
Oh, he's just a dumb kind of farmer. He really just kind of seems a bit overly friendly. Maybe shares a little bit of personality of Arlyeiden in the sanity department. And he just kind of goes,
Right on.
"It's a motley crew, but most of you are dwarfs. I like dwarfs, me. They make some fine hose."
And yeah, I'll just ignore that. And look at his scythe. Is there anything broken or anything about it?
It's a little bit chipped, but you know, it's doing its purpose. And he goes, "I used to have a bison for this. He used to take the hoe along." What's so funny? I
Right,
don't
well,
understand.
Can't help you with a bison or a hoe, but could definitely help you with that. And I'll reach out to the scythe and just cast mending on
He
it.
goes, "Whoa, you some fancy folk. You know magic. I know magic. I can make me some alcohol. Distilling and barley and whiskey. Put it in a barrel. Actually, it's not me that does it. It's my dad."
Well, I can tell you that kind of magic is just as valuable as this. Don't you worry.
He just smiles, a red rosy smile. He strokes his
I'm just going to turn at this
Yeah.
point and walk away.
He strokes his ginger mutton chops and goes, "Good day to you all then," and then begins slicing through the barley.
Good day.
So from here, you guys can head straight south, join the road at Dughall, But Agni says we should probably, as a roving band of Duaga, avoid the dug halls.
Douglas.
You can make a history check if you've got
I
proficiency
would
in it.
love to.
No.
Fuck all do I?
No. It's alright, Aaron Spy knows. Okay, Lord Dughall, or Baron Dughall, is an old kind of family. When the King Raymir II conquered... No, when King Raymir conquered Beinstad, he conquered it with a bunch of mercenaries. The Dughalls are the descendants of the mercenaries that were left over. I mean, the King Raymir bestowed lordships all upon his mercenaries after he conquered Bindland, so... Yeah. The Dughalls, however, rule the Bahamut Saint Commune, but they basically tax them. They let them do what they want, but it's their land, so... just like Bradford is probably the same kind of ilk, as in descended from mercenaries.
If I have an understanding of the land, which I think I do now, I think we should probably head south below Hucklow Lake, and we can miss the mountains as well.
You could. It'll take probably about 2.5-3 days to do this travel.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to take a while anyway to take everyone there.
Yeah.
Stay off the
Yeah.
roads.
So you actually don't encounter much, except on the second day, by the south of Liflock, you do see in the distance a very remarkable kind of like spiritual place that you've never seen before, but you've read about, the Great Swords. You see these 3 huge swords on the horizon, and most of the Dwarga are like, we should go check it out, we should go see it. And Agni's like, we can't suffer any more setbacks, we should just keep moving. And this is as you're standing by the lake, filling your water skins, preparing. And most of them kind of want to go visit the Great Swords. And he's like, Doelath, please, tell them all.
I mean, surely you all wish to get out of the light into the mines. The quicker we get there,
Yes.
the quicker we can do that.
Yes, one of the little Dwarga kids looks and goes, their sword's like 100 feet tall, like... Well, are you laughing at Dwarga kids?
No, I'm laughing. Something on the camera. It's lagging, so when my eye looks right in.
Oh, okay, yeah. He goes, but okay, yes, okay, let's just get to the fort.
I think that would be best for now.
And you know for now, actually, you guys are on the border of Wildland, so you're actually kind of susceptible to, Furbolg raids, Centaur raids, etc., etc. Though you don't suspect they'd be this far north.
I've drawn a kind of rough route of where I want to take them.
That's fair enough. Yep. And you do notice a lot of fishermen on the loch and the lake. They give you a wide berth, not wanting to cause trouble or anything. And eventually, in the shadow of the Stonetooth mountain range, you guys follow a forest kind of path all the way around. And in the distance, on the second, maybe the midday on the second day, you see Fort Spire. It gets to turn to evening, just near the end of the third day, and you're still not there. Would you like to push on through the night?
I'll speak to Agni and see how his people are feeling, because I know they've got some women and children and the like here, so...
He nods and goes,
providing he thinks he can keep up with a forced march kind of thing.
darkness is what we're used to. It's the sunlight that's tiresome.
Very well, then we'll push on.
Okay, so, yeah. You begin pushing on. While you're on the last part of the journey, is there anything anyone would like to do before we get back to Fort Spire?
Not me.
No, we're good.
No, other than on this journey, I would have been trying to fill Agni in on where and what they can do, where we're heading to, etc., just so he has an understanding for his people.
Yep, that sounds good.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I've been doing the same with forgetting to fucking write down her name.
Namira.
It's so fucking bad. That's gonna be my wife, and I already don't remember her
Oh,
name.
don't worry, I had the same problem, man. These political marriages can be a real strain. I'll run you through the gist of things.
One point when Murn is nowhere near Nymira, Arlyeiden will slink up and give her a description of what he calls 50 Shades of Murn.
50 Shades of Murn, brilliant. Cracks me up, fucking up. Okay, so yeah, Arlyeiden though, on the last bit of the journey, you do hear something in the distance, like a kind of like coarse whispering in your ear.
Who's that? What's that? Did you say something, Doelath?
Aiden,
No.
do you not remember in the forge I said I was coming for you? Prepare to meet the void. And the voice cuts off as if you wasn't even there in the first place.
Are you having one of your episodes again, Arlyeiden?
Very, very carefully. Come closer. Tantor, you as well.
What?
Go on.
Shrubs are whispering.
The shrubs are whispering.
Who?
They're whispering.
The shrubs? That one over there?
Yes, one of them said something about... or something along those lines.
I'm gonna go check the shrub, because although he's insane, he could have sensed some sort of danger in them.
Okay, you can make an investigation check.
I completely ignore it.
Yeah.
One. Tantor, you sack of animal droppings. The one to the left.
Oh, shit. Alright, I'll check this one as well. Alright, I'll go over and check the one he's pointing at.
Okay, so
Is it-
he just basically finds that someone's travelled through here recently, someone heavy. There are 2 sets of footprints, and some of the bushes have been broken, and you see some of the berries have been forged.
I used the wand of detect magic.
You don't detect any magic, although you do see a fresh carcass of a weasel.
It's just a bush. If there was anything weird about it, I would have picked it up. But there's some tracks here. Heavy tracks. This guy is massive, in fact.
Well, someone obviously was here. Perhaps it was a person whispering rather than a shrub. I do get things confused sometimes.
These don't look fresh. Wait, no.
They look like maybe a day or two at most.
Yeah.
Apologies, Tantor. Sorry, Tumble. It does rub off.
Oh, God.
My apologies. I hope this doesn't come across as rude, but could you give me some kind of idea on when you say this guy's huge? Because, respectfully, we vastly differ in size.
Oh, yeah. Well, to me, he's like a giant, but to you, he's probably just pretty hench compared to you. Like, he's heavy, like really heavy. Like, his tracks are like deeper than the other ones.
Right,
It's
okay.
like
Yeah.
cast
20
a
gold
glance
pieces
at-
for a runt.
Cast a glance at at Tom and be like, what do you say?
He's a larger than average sized human, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, I have an understanding. Let's press on. We're heavily into twilight now. We should really make as much haste as we
Yep.
can.
So as you guys approach Fort Ehrenspire, you see that a couple of the soldiers are outside of the main gate. I mean, I've added a shitty little picture for Fort Ehrenspire, but you can use your imagination. Like I said, it's a squat dwarven fortress, so it's not exactly the prettiest looking thing to Doelath, but to Murn, it's an architectural genius. It's perfect for someone like Tumble and Murn. But as you approach the gates, the soldiers are like out in the fields talking with Samuel Yormanger, the alderman of the nearby farmland.
Mhm.
Alderman Samuel
I'll head
Yormanger.
towards the front to make sure my presence is kind of
Yes,
seen.
and it's dark, so as you approach, and some of the torches are lit, Sam goes, he's here! See, and he comes running over. The guards are like, Lord Doelath, and you see some of them are your father's guards that he left, so they're elvish, they got thin scimitars and longbows on their back, and they approach immediately and look wary.
Yeah, I'll be like looking between the two, like both of them seem. Is there news of something?
Well, Samuel goes, yes, there's news from me, and then the guard goes, no, there's news from me.
Guard, speak
Okay,
now.
well, you have a visitor. 2 visitors, in fact. They said they've come looking for you. And then Sam goes, I was just coming to report the taxes. And you've been gone all day, so...
Leave the taxes for now. Have you got a message or anything?
Me? Sam points to himself.
Message is the wrong words. You know, do you have it noted?
Oh yes, and he reaches into his satchel at the side and produces a few scrolls. Says,
Just leave it with me. I'll speak with you tomorrow.
What, do you want it, or?
Yeah, I'll take them off
he
him.
brings you a sack of coins and pops it in your palm.
Oh, right, you have the taxes.
Yes, I just
Sorry.
need you to sign them off. I mean,
Yeah, I'll just hastily.
he says you told me to bring them to you
down.
monthly a few months back, and I have been. Today's the usual day. And you among all your adventuring, and you just totally forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
He goes, okay, it's the usual amount.
Yeah, I just hastily scribble something down. Thank you, Samuel. Sorry.
It's all right.
Been a
Okay.
long
So
time.
Doelath, you can add 18 platinum pieces. He's converted them up for you. You can add 18 platinum pieces to the gold or the loot bag or whatever.
Can I have like a fort sheet?
Just add it to your personal, or you split up among the rest if you want. But I can.
That's alright. I'll put it on there for now, and then we'll sort that out another time.
One moment. Yeah, you earn about 180 gold pieces at most a month.
Yeah, we'll sort it after.
Sometimes it comes in jewellery if the farmers can't pay in like actual coin. Sometimes it comes in food and things like that, but you know. Okay, the guard goes, yes, you've got visitors. Pete is currently entertaining them, but one of them's silent and the other's huge and a bit intimidated, and he keeps talking to the rats, and it's a bit scary, and it's, I mean, Urky, oh my, like, where have you been?
Right, let's just take us there now. We have a large party with us.
He looks around and goes, what are all these? We don't have enough supplies for all of them.
It's fine, we will sort it
Okay.
out. In fact,
Yes, Lord.
Samuel!
Sam's already walking about 100 foot away. He goes, yes, Lord, and he comes running back. You know, he's chubby belly, mantis bouncing everywhere.
Take this back. I need food from the farmers.
Okay, so you wish to purchase supplies?
Yes, whatever they have available. Obviously, I don't want to take the food out of their mouths, but I need a lot.
He looks around at all the dwarves and Dwargar, like lit up in the torchlight, and he goes, would it be for a dwarf's constitution, my lord?
Mostly,
We're
yes.
talking tough meats and ales and things. Maybe some cheese.
Sure, anything. Just sort it for me,
18
please.
platinum pieces is certainly enough. I did take a lot trying to round up those platinum pieces, though, so I'm going to have to get them back. Never mind, sir. Never mind, my lord. And he just disappears. You can tell he took a lot of time trying to get platinum pieces for your pleasure. And now he has to go convert it back down and spend it.
Poor guy.
Samuel, if that's the issue, just I'll take the platinum pieces back off him. So come into the keep with me, and I'll hand him over gold pieces.
Oh, but sir, that would just be heavy. I'd rather just carry platinum pieces back for a couple of miles.
I'll just give him the platinum and say no more, and just.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, my lord. He gets on his horse. Well, it's more like a pony. Just kind of like canters away.
Hobbles along.
Okay, so.
Adney, it seems I have some guests to attend to. There is an area to the back of the fort, an open space. If you wish to set your tents there for now, and in the surrounding area, we will deal with things in the morning.
Yes, that's fair enough. And he leads the rest of his people round the walls. And on the far side, just underneath one of the mounts one of the towers, is a perfect spot because it's got like a line of trees that not even your soldiers would dare touch for logging. And that'll provide a lot of shade when the sun rises and stuff.
Yep.
Okay, so he heads his people around there and he says, if you have need of me, just call.
Yes, thank you. Please feel free to come into the keep. Just give me a little bit of time to deal with this situation.
My people could use some ale to lighten their spirits, that's all. I'll visit you tomorrow morning, perhaps, for that. But for now, we are tired. Nymeria, come. And Nymeria looks mournfully at Murn, like, kind of, she wants to go with you, but she follows the father. So the rest of you walk through the main archway, the familiar archway. There's the familiar smells of the cooking that's happened this evening. Obviously there'll be leftovers. Katla goes, home, and she just thrusts her backpack and her instruments into the hands of the guard, and he goes, yes, my lady, and just kind of like wanders up to your bedroom. There's a Dwargar following in behind the door, and he runs up, Arlyeiden, he runs up to you.
Is it? Do I recognise this,
yeah, of course you do.
Draga?
It's the carpenter.
Amazing.
He goes,
I'm so glad you're
I'm
here.
going to need to take a look at the bedroom.
It's best if I just give you directions, but to be honest with you, it's only better if it's done during the day when no one's in there. I don't want to be disturbed in the evening. I don't want to be disturbed when I'm in there with my lovely lady wife. So,
You said she was a man.
man, she's a woman. Who can tell? If you come up to maybe around during the day tomorrow, you do your work, but it must be discreet. I don't want anyone in the castle to be disturbed after such a hard, long ride.
Yes, my lord, of course. I'll get straight to it.
This is for your discretion.
Yes, of course. Okay, and he disappears. He goes, I'll see you in the morning then, lord. And he disappears. And he goes, and as he walks past Doelath, and he goes, yeah, good evening, second lord, and runs off.
I'm kind of quite focused on this task at hand, so I'll just kind of half catch it. Like, what? Okay, carry on.
Yeah. Okay, so as you guys walk through the squat two front doors, you see Pete's been doing work like while you've been gone. You've been gone for about like maybe a week now, maybe, that's 6 days, and you see that he's fortified some of the walls, rebuilt some. You see the new bricks. You can see he's had the soldiers working this scaffolding on the left side around one of the rooms where there was smashed glass and stuff. And as you walk in, you realise he's carpeted some of the floor in the corridor to the right. You see Philosia walks past you. She's got quite a swollen stomach now from like 6 months of pregnancy. And she just goes, welcome back, my lord. I'm glad you're back. Pete had the run of the roost. It wasn't good.
Well, he seems to have done wonders with the place.
Done wonders. She looks around. Of course, she's a soldier's daughter. She's a soldier. Everything has to be stark and Spartan. She goes, I don't like it. There's too much colour. She just waddles past you. And even though she's like 6 months pregnant, she's still wielding her great sword on her back. And
Well, he won't be ruling the place much longer. Would you fetch him for me, actually?
just go through the hall. He's entertaining your new guests.
If you could... I need to speak to him before
Okay.
I entertain.
She then walks around the...
Yes.
Yes, go on then, Arlyeiden.
Guests. I didn't organise any parties here.
She walks behind the side door, and you hear Pete's voice go, yes, of course, comrades, I will be right back. And he disappears and runs through the side door. And he stands there. He's not dressed. He's dressed for the night. He's not dressed in his breastplate or anything. He's dressed in his robes and a bathrobe. He's got little slippers on. His hair's all dishevelled, and he goes, and he sways slightly and leans against the wall, pretending he's not drunk.
Good to see you, Pete.
This is very good to see you, Lord. Welcome back. It's been a good time.
I certainly hope you can sober up quickly. I have
don't know what you're
important
talking
business
about,
for
sir.
you.
I'm very sober. He looks at the wall and goes, yes.
Pete, come on.
He claps and goes, yes, your friends. They know you. One of them knows you anyway. Arlyeiden! He points towards Arlyeiden and goes, one of them's here for you.
You know what, Pete? Don't worry about it.
No.
You carry on, and I'll just go and call for one of my father's guards.
Yeah, one of your father's guards is like trailing you.
Yeah, I'll turn around to him and I'll hand him the parchment from earlier, or from yesterday. This must reach my father imminently.
Pete looks at it and goes, wait, no, I don't think so. I'm the first Lord Soldier. And then just snatches the letters out of the guy's hand and goes, I will do this. Where are we going?
Go with him.
He looks.
I turn back to the guards.
He goes, I will put on some clothes. As his like belt comes undone, you see his chest. And he just goes, and I will get to this. And he kind of looks at the letter. Where are they going?
As I said, go with
The
him.
guard
please.
goes, yes,
And
my
I'll
lord.
Walk into the entertaining hall or whatever we have.
Okay,
here.
so as you all walk into the entertainment hall, sitting at the long desk, the long table that's situated before the dais, and then the two thrones that is Doelath and Ott Cutler's seats. At the front, you see a very, very large, muscular, and old and grizzled dragonborn. Golden flesh. His gold scales are so old they turn to a ruddy bronze, and he's kind of leaning against the table, sipping from a cup of your ale, your wine, and he's talking to something on the table. And as you move further towards the dais, you realise he's talking to a rat. He's just squeaking at it. Behind there, Vagor. What are you doing?
Just
Greetings to you. I am Aaron Spire. I understand you're here for me.
And I'll just look over at Marsh and signal that he should speak.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry, I was stuck in rat speak. Morash stands up, turns to you all, and he hulks above all of you. Even at, he's like hunchiest. You see he's got one blind eye that's green and cloudy. He's got his halberd near him on the floor. Just kind of discarded haphazardly, like he didn't really want it. One arm is covered noticeably in leathers, hides, and cloth, and the other is free and muscular. And he points towards his chest and goes, "My name is Morash, friend."
And I'm sure you know me. I am Doelath.
And then when he sees Arlyeiden walk in, one eye goes wide, and he goes, "It is true." And he just walks past you, ignoring you, Doelath, and walks to Arlyeiden, puts his fine arm on his shoulder, and goes, "Arlyeiden, you're alive!"
Yes, despite Murn's machinations, I assure you.
He looks like, gets close to Arlyeiden's face, turns to you, Doelath, looks at Murn, looks at Tumble, and not Cutler, and he goes, "What have you done to him?"
Did you get algae in your eye, or does algae just form there?
He takes a step back, and he goes, "Oh no, it happened."
Well, he fell in a couple of mushrooms, but we didn't do anything to him.
He's been brain-addled as long as I know him. What is going on here?
You've only known him for a small amount of time, then.
Well, yes, yeah,
Reasonable,
me the least.
yes.
He takes a step back, sits on his chair, completely kind of bewildered by what he sees in front of him. Arlyeiden, do you remember me?
I remember the taste of bacon meats, cheese, rat droppings. I also once heard a song of a bard that lingers in my ear. If you reach in and have a taste, I'm sure you can hear it too.
He just go on then. Sorry.
At this point, I think Murn is just going to suggest to Tumble that they head over to the forge and start working on the
Yeah.
dragon scale.
Yeah, we got some work to do. I hope you figure this out. And if you do have any information on Arlyeiden, well, first of all, I doubt it's going to actually help. There's nothing that can help this guy. He's nuts. Anyway, I walk out.
Yep. As you walk out into the hallway, you see Pete's kind of running back and forward, going, "Where are my shoes? Velocio, where did you put my shoes?" And like he's running about the fortress trying to find his stuff.
Sounds about right.
Now, Morash was it?
Morash is
Can
my
you
name. Yes.
Please explain how you know Arlyeiden and what is your business here?
Well, my business here. Well, I was told, this is going to sound crazy, but in a world of magic and destiny, this should resonate truth with you. I was told to come here by the spirits to seek you, and he points towards you, Doelath, and then he goes, "Seeing that my old friend would be with you, but I see my old friend no longer exists." And he looks up into Arlyeiden's eyes, stands again, puts one hand on his shoulder and goes, "I know you're in there."
A whistle I can use to alert the Potter authorities that this man is touching me.
He sighs.
Doelath,
Doelath,
take it you don't know this man.
Honestly, never seen him before in my entire life.
that is a lie. We spent 3 years together, Arlyeiden. 3 years fighting.
Again, and I will eviscerate you. I will spill your guts across this
Do you
floor.
not remember Tang? Do you not remember me, Morash? Do you not remember Illiana? What she used to be? Surely you remember her.
What do you know of Illiana?
Me, I know all about Illiana. And this is why I've come to you, Doelath. I've come here to tell you my story. To tell you Arlyeiden's story.
And I feel we should sit.
Yes.
And I'll gesture to the table
Okay, so
and take up a seat
he
myself.
takes a seat opposite you. He nods and goes, "First, let me introduce my friend." Morash points towards Vagor, this furbolg sitting next to him. Says, "This is Vagor. He is my spiritual travelling companion. We've..."
Shit! Arlyeiden, sorry, literally jumps off the bench. You brought a fucking frost giant into the castle!
Oh, jeez.
Hold on. And at this point, Vagar will cast Disguise Self on himself and make him a little bit shorter and just look like a human. Like, is this more to your taste then?
I knew that you could buy
Greetings to you,
disguise kits.
Vagor.
They're quite good.
Shut up, Arlyeiden. Greetings to you, Vagor, first off, and no, it probably won't help, but please do feel free to ignore him. Unfortunately, he's brain-addled since a long time. Please take a seat as well.
And you see that he's sitting, he's like, yes.
Oh, sorry, I thought he was standing off to the back.
Morash says, well, friends, to tell you the story of Illiana is to tell you the story of how we met her. Okay? And it was a long time ago now. It's been 9 years since we first met her. It all began when we travelled to a place called Crudkirk, me and my allies. Back in Nordrak, have you heard of them? The Collegium. They call themselves the Seekers.
No, I can't say I have.
Well, they... Imagine adventuring guilds here, but controlled by kind of like a central governing force. Controlled by the High Chieftain. King.
I understand the principle of which you speak, yes, go on.
We were them. We were adventurers for hire, and Illiana was a noble cleric of Odin back then, and she helped many a time. We lost an ally, Gabriel, and after that she became a permanent member. Alongside her dwarvish friend, the one with the... And he smiles and fondly as he remembers the pink hat. But let me tell you of her corruption, of how she became to be, and that's when all of you hear it. A scream, a gargling scream by the fortress's entrance.
Okay, we're rushing from the
Yeah, I
workshop.
thought you might.
I'll call for the guards. I want people tailing these two
Tailing who?
at all times. Morash and Vagor.
Okay.
So as I leave the room to go investigate, I'll catch the guards at the door and follow them.
Yep. Okay, so as you go to leave, the whole lights, all the candles lit up in the chandelier, go out by one. The whole tapestries on the walls begin to flutter. Morash stands up, immediately goes, "How did he know?" And he picks up his halberd and seems to know what's coming. And he goes, "A Red Rider approaches! Everyone arm yourself!" And the whole room begins to chill to the point when everyone, as you breathe, and even Tumble and Murn, as you're running down the corridor towards the main hall, you just feel the breath in front of you begin to freeze in the very air. And as you round the corner, the front entrance door opens, slams open, and all of you turn to face this shroud of darkness, just kind of floating in the middle of the air. And as it lands, you see it takes a form, revealing a skull mask, and it just looks at Arlyeiden and says, "I told you, I was coming for you, Arlyeiden." And as he brings his hand out, and you see a shadow bow appear, a shadow arrow appear in his left hand. He says, "It's been too long, friend." And that's when Morash says, "Angai, you'll die this day." And all of you in the hall kind of face towards this shadowy feature. I have a picture for you all, what he looks like. Before.
I wonder.
How cozy.
It's quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is probably the point where Vagar starts slowly getting...
Yeah, everyone's drawing their weapons, and as he brings his hands out, this wraith-like thing takes like solid form, and you see that his cloak that spreads forth in red feathers falls down and drips down him like candle wax, like blood bleeding from a deep wound. And then it forms and solidifies, and then he just shrugs his shoulders, you hear clicking, and he just...
Yep, solidification equals
Yeah,
issue.
okay, and as you begin to go, that's where we end today's session.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Not like this.
Oh, yeah, you knew that was going to happen.
Yep.
Let's getting near 10 o'clock. I can't let you have boss battle. Okay, so excellent. We introduced Vagor. We got back home, and it's the first session of the homebrew campaign. So from now on, I believe we will be retiring Murn as an NPC.
Yeah, he's going to take care of the
Forge and
the not just the forge, also the like the soldering part of it too, because Pete's obviously far too busy being a drunk husband to be a soldier.
Yes, indeed.
Someone's got to do the job, and well, the guards from Lord Ernstby's household, I'm sure they're good, but they're too few to man everything. So
There's only like a dozen actual Elvish guards, a few that Pete brought from Oakhurst. Philosius,
yeah,
sorry.
we're going to expand. We're going to need to expand the territory. Get some. Need to get some production going if we're going to pay for all the food for all these people and stuff. So,
Excellent.
yeah, get them to work.
Yeah, so
Welcome to the staff roster.
Yeah, thanks.
Alright, I'm going to stop recording. See you later.
See you.
Bye.